Stockport County Live on Imagine Radio with mydigitalaccounts.com, the smart accountant for the digital age, specialising in online accounts and tax returns. Call us today on 0161 925 6162 for a friendly chat about your accounting needs, or visit at mydigitalaccounts.com.
Well, coronavirus or not, County's late bid to gatecrash the playoffs remains on track following Saturday's 1-1 home draw with Barnet. Ash Palmer was County's goal hero again last weekend, and whilst the Hatters have failed to score more than a single goal in any game since the turn of the year, that newfound solidity at the back has helped Jim Gannon guide his team on a 5-game unbeaten run. Hoping to improve County's scoring record, his new signing Richie Bennett from Port Vale. He goes straight into the starting 11, reunited with Jim Gannon following a highly successful spell at Northwich Vicks a few years ago. Bennett replaces Niall Bell up front. Fit again, Adam Thomas comes in for Ben Jackson. The Hatters revert to a back four. Sam Minihan, right back. Dan Cowan switches to the left-hand side of defence. Jordan Keane and Lois Maynard still ruled out through injury. The Hatters starting the day in 8th. Only goal difference keeping them out of the top 7. Will it really matter at the end of the day is the question that remains to be answered. Let's give you County's starting 11 in full then. It's a 4-2-3-1 with Ben Hinchliffe in goal, back four of Sam Minihan, Ash Palmer, Liam Hogan and Dan Cowan. Two holding midfielders, the skipper Paul Turnbull alongside Sam Walker. Adam Thomas, a welcome return for him on the right-hand side of County's front four. Danny Lloyd plays down the left. Conor DeMeo in the hole behind lone striker Richie Bennett. The subs for the Hatters, goalkeeper Ian Ormson, of course, alongside Festus Arthur, Elliot Osborne, Niall Bell and Liam McAlinden. Eddie Clark has travelled but doesn't feature. Ben Jackson is the odd man out and has not made the trip today. Whilst County are improving, Maidenhead have hit something of a wall in recent weeks. 4 defeats in a row have sent them crashing into the bottom 4 for the first time this season, following Saturday's 1-0 home defeat at the hands of Boreham Wood last weekend. The Magpies' home form has been their Achilles heel. Just 4 league wins here at York Road tells its own story. But away from home, they've collected 25 points, exactly the same as the Hatters, and they stunned County with that 1-0 win at Edgeley Park on the opening day of the campaign. Like County, the Mags are a hybrid outfit. They train 2 mornings a week plus 1 evening, and manager Alan Devonshire has been clear from the outset. The target is to avoid relegation in only their 3rd season at this level, having won the National South title in 2017. But it could be touch and go if the season pans out, especially if Fylde can capitalise on their games in hand. They do have some quality in the final third, with striker Danny Whitehall, who came through the ranks at Liverpool. The 24-year-old frontman has scored 15 goals this season, but hasn't found the back of the net in his last 5. It is County's first ever league visit to York Road, although we did play here last season, earning a replay in the FA Trophy. Let's give you the starting 11 then for the home side. Their lineup is a 4-1-3-2 or a 4-4-2 if you want to be old school, but it is more of a diamond in midfield, having seen Jim Cannon's board in midweek. They've got Tay Ashby-Hammond in goal. He's on loan from Fulham's under-23s. Back four of Raheem Shackelford, Joe Ellel, Alan Massey, the captain, and Jaden Mundell-Smith, who's also on loan from Fulham's under-23s. Seth Twumasi plays as a holding midfielder, with Remy Clerimet to the right, Odie Alpha to the left. Josh Smile will play in the hole behind a front 2 of Danny Whitehall, and new signing Dylan Asonganyi, who's signed on loan from MK Dons. On the bench for the home side, Chris Dunn, the goalkeeper, signed from Walsall in the summer. Rennie Steer, Emil Aqua, another new signing. He's on loan from Southend, arrived yesterday. Josh Kelly, centre forward, 7 goals this season. He's on the bench alongside James Akintundi, who joined from Chester a couple of years ago. That's your 2 team lineups. You won't miss a kick. Full live and exclusive commentary comes from the National League, like it or not, here at York Road. It is Maidenhead United against Stockport County in association with mydigitalaccounts.com. We are on the World Wide Web for subscribers to County Player. Wherever you are in the world, it's a very good afternoon to you, or very good evening, depending where you are. Just visit stockportcounty.com for details of how to subscribe. And, of course, we're on your official county station. This is Imagine. No Chris Ridgway this afternoon. Chris not feeling too well. It's not that, we understand, but he's not feeling too well. So Chris unavailable, drafted in as a late substitute is Sam Byrne from the Stockport Express. And Sam, we were talking earlier on about the ground here at Edgeley Park, and it's here at York Road rather, and it's ramshackle. It's old-fashioned, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's obviously we've been here before. It is a bit run down. There's obviously building work going on opposite us, as we can see. It's just an old-fashioned old non-league ground, and somewhere that County had a bit of joy last time out. Took Maidenhead back to Edgeley Park and got the win in the replay. It's a team a Maidenhead team that's struggling for form, but is looking to keep themselves afloat at the bottom four.
Let's have a talk about the football, about the county team, and particularly the new signing, Richie Bennett. I was lucky enough to meet him last week, and he impressed me off the pitch. You know, he's a very, very likeable individual. I think his background as well, Sam, he's had a real job. He's worked in a dementia care home in Stockport, spent a lot of his time talking to old guys about Stockport County, so he knows the club very, very well. And I think that background and his previous experience with Jim Gannon, who he can only speak highly of, stands him in good stead, doesn't it? Yeah,
we know, don't we? He's fond of Jim Gannon. He's got a good working relationship with Jim, and as he said to you, John, he's someone that's kept in touch with Jim through playoffs against Chorley, through the Nuneaton title decider, through FA Cup trips to Yeovil. He'll always send him a text and wish him luck and wish County luck. Someone that's been as involved as you can be with the football club without actually being a part of it for quite a while, and one of those that just seemed inevitable that he would at some point become a Stockport County player and work with Jim Gannon again. Someone that's got a good scoring record in this division, with a good team at this level, and someone that he was still rated by the supporters of his old club, Port Vale, and a move that some of their fans did find a bit strange and did put their noses out of joint a little bit, but as Richie Bennett said himself, a move that made him excited and made him want to be here.
There's a 5-figure fee involved, by the way, for Richie Bennett coming into to Edgeley Park, and although Vale have let him go, he's not got a bad record, has he, at League 2? 7 goals in 30 games, and as you say, at Barrow at this level, virtually 1 in 2, 22 in 53.
Yeah, and not just that, I think it's someone that he will probably make the likes of Danny Lloyd look better, and whether it be him getting on the end of crosses or him providing that space for the likes of Danny Lloyd to get more goals, to get more shots on target, and especially the likes of Liam McAlinden, who he showed glimpses of class, but he struggled to really find his feet as yet at Edgeley Park, and that might be a signing that allows Liam McAlinden that space in behind and the likes of Danny Lloyd, Adam Thomas to really get forward, and maybe it will be a signing that, other than his own goal scoring record, he also helps introduce a better goal scoring record for the likes of Danny Lloyd and Liam McAlinden and Adam Thomas, as I say.
I'll apologise in advance for getting the names of the Maidenhead players wrong, but with my colour blindness, there is absolutely no chance of me reading the numbers on the back of their shirts. Absolutely no chance whatsoever today, Sam, and I don't know how you can cope with that.
No, I can't really. Funnily enough, I commentated alongside Chris for the first game of the season this season, which was against Maidenhead at Edgeley Park, and we had a similar issue. So
they're unreadable.
No, it's red names and numbers on the backdrop of the black and white shirt, so we are struggling, but we'll muddle through. I think given the circumstances, it's not the biggest deal in the world today.
No, I didn't say it was the biggest, but it is going to be an issue. There'll be a lot of their right winger and their left winger and their midfielder having the ball.
I've got to say, John, Richie Bennett, he looks a big lad, isn't he? You can see him on the centre circle there. He's a stocky, he's big build, and
he's standing next to Danny Lloyd.
Yeah. Oh, I've got to say, Ben Hinchcliffe just ran past him and looked a similar size. So it's a good sign, and we've spoken about today, and that we don't know how important or unimportant it will be, but we want to see good signs heading into next season, because a lot of these players will be here next season.
Yeah.
Bennett, whether the likes of Danny Lloyd sign up yet, we don't know. These players that will be here next season, so we do need to see, whenever next season may start, there's some promising signs in the county team.
quick word as well, Sam, if you don't mind, on Simon Wilson. We were fortunate enough to grab 15 minutes with him earlier in the week and did a video interview which went out on the website. Seemed to go down pretty well with the county support. What did you make of Simon Wilson?
I thought he was very well spoken. It's exciting as a county fan to watch it and realise that it's someone that he is genuinely waiting for a project that excites him, and it's exciting to see that he's excited by it. And he's had plenty of offers in the meantime before joining county that just didn't interest him, and they were clubs that you'd think, well, they would be of interest, and they haven't been. So it's good signs. I think what's another good sign on the back of that interview is that he didn't just go along with his own signing or someone that he thought would be good. He worked with Jim Gannon, he liaised with Jim Gannon, and looked into Richie Bennett himself on the back of Jim's recommendation and decided that, Jim's fully in the right and this is someone that we can get behind.
We are underway with the Hatters kicking from left to right as we look at it. Is this the final time that we're going to be commentating on Stockport County this season? That remains to be seen. We will hear from the National League, no doubt, on Monday. First touch for Richie Bennett is a really good one as he holds the ball up, but he can't bring Paul Turnbull into the action, and there's a counter-attack on for the home side now as they break down the left wing with Odie Alpha. He's on loan from QPR, very right-footed, looking to cut inside. He'll get a shot away here, blocked by Paul Turnbull. Superb work by Turnbull. DeMeo lays it off now. Minihill will ping it forward, and Richie Bennett gives chase. That will be a throw-in to the home side. Well, Bennett, his first touch was good, tried to lay it off to Turnbull, and there was a little bit of hesitancy in the pass, and you could see Turnbull there just gesturing to say a little bit more conviction in the pass. Yeah,
he just undercooked it, didn't he? But that's another thing on Bennett. He hasn't played a lot of football in recent weeks, so he's come straight into the side at county, and I'm sure he'll excel. But it is something that it might just take a few rusty touches like that just to get the to shake the cobwebs and to get back into the groove. So, but he's got real good support up there today. Colin DeMeo and Danny Lloyd, a fit again Adam Thomas. So let's wait and see.
Yeah, he would not be surprised if he does not last the 90 today, that's for sure. DeMeo, Thomas, DeMeo hooking the ball forward. That will run out for a Maidenhead United throw on this near side. And average gates here generally under the four figures, but been swelled today by, well, football fans in general, I guess, Sam. I think as people found out there's a game on, they've gravitated here, and of course the county fans travelling in massive numbers as they always do.
Yeah, you can hear the county fans away to our left in good numbers. We always knew they'd be here, didn't we? Regardless of what's going on in the world, they've travelled in good numbers and they're in good voice to boot as well. But yeah, I've seen plenty of football shirts, an array of football shirts across the ground today. Just something that's caught the interest of the locals, clearly.
Ball volleyed clear by centre half Ellel, Joe Ellel, signed from Tasman United of the New Zealand Premier League in the summer. His ball forward, cut out by Turnbull. Minihan clears down the right flank for County's new centre forward, the number 23, Richie Bennett, to give chase, but he loses out in the 50-50 decision on the throw-in, which goes against him. So throw into Maidenhead United, National South champions in 2017. The capacity here, by the way, 4,000. They need to increase that for this ground to be recognised at this level, but it's difficult. They are hemmed in here. This is very much commuter territory for the country's capital as Walker heads the ball forward, headed away by Massey. Turnbull collects midway inside the opposition half. He tried to thread it through to Lloyd, didn't quite come off. It was cut out by Shackelford on that right side. Crunching tackle from Dan Cowan. Shackelford very strong though to win it back again for the home side. That was great defending by Shackelford. Down the right flank is Clerimer now. Clerimer, little step over from him, comes inside, looks for support from the middle of the park. Picked by really so far, Sam, to separate the sides.
No, it's been a scrappy opening, hasn't it? Just as Paul Turnbull there thinks one over the top. I've got to say for people listening at home, Richie Bennett is, for those that recall Joe Piggott on loan earlier in the season from Wigan, he's that similar build and similar stature and a big lad, but a bit of a turn of pace, and he does get in behind. Some promising early signs for him, albeit a bit of a scrappy affair so far between the two teams.
Here's a chance for Whitehall to turn and get a shot away from distance. It was well off target in the end. No need for Ben Hinchliffe to make a save, and I think this is the first time in this 5 minutes or so that either goalkeeper has actually touched the ball.
Yeah, it's been a slow affair, hasn't it? A slow opening. Just two teams feeling themselves out. And like we say, John, we don't know what impact the goings on this week and over the past few months have had on the players. Danny Lloyd in behind there, John.
He's got a little nudge in the back there, but he's laid it off to Bennett.
Oh, it's a big
shot
chance.
Wide. What an opportunity that was for Richie Bennett. He looks irritated. Danny Lloyd tried to hold it up. I think it came off the defender, but it fell kindly for Bennett on his left foot. And I've got to say, in the opening 5 to 6 minutes, I was waiting for the net to bulge.
Oh, it's a huge opportunity for Stockport County. And Hinchliffe to Lloyd, we've seen that so many times down the years. Hinchliffe just that one goal kick over the top into Lloyd in on goal. He turns back, lays it off for Bennett just on the edge of the area, and it's just wide of the post. He's drilled it, hasn't he, and caught it low. And it looked for all the world like it was nestling in the bottom corner, but it's just gone wide. County players with heads in the hands. Great opportunity there.
Very positive opportunity created, and that familiar route, as Sam Byrne rightly says, from goalkeeper Hinchliffe to Danny Lloyd. I've got to say, I thought there was a nudge on Lloyd, but the referee didn't see anything wrong with it and allowed it to ricochet back towards Bennett, and it fell kindly for him on his stronger left foot. Just dragged his shot across the face of goal and wide of the far post, and it remains 0-0 here on Imagine in association with mydigitalaccounts.com. Good shout from Minihan as he urged Ash Palmer to leave that ball. It's cleared back into county territory, but it's a poor pass from the skipper Massey into touch for a county throw, halfway line, right hand side. County kicking from left to right as we look at it. Here's the left-sided Alpha breaking down the flank, and he's just about kept it in play. Odie Alpha's cross from this near side, looking for the striker, but what a great piece of defending by Dan Cowan, who's then been caught very late by Whitehall on the far side. It could be the first booking of the day.
It will be.
It's a poor challenge. They've got a very poor disciplinary record, in fact, the home side. They're right near the bottom of the Fair Play League as it stands, and Danny Whitehall, that's his 9th yellow card of the season, would you believe?
Yeah, it's County reacted angrily there. Liam Hogan having a word with the linesman, and Danny Lloyd shaking his head, but brilliant block by Dan Cowan in the first place as a volley came in. Just got his body in the way, cleared the ball, and he's nudged it first ahead of Whitehall, hasn't he, and just been taken out. Obvious yellow all day long, wasn't it?
Just to underline the discipline, that back four, all of them have been sent off except the right back. To make up for that, though, one of the centre halves has been sent off twice this season, so it is a really, really poor disciplinary record. And as Jim Gannon often says, it hampers you. It forces you to make changes when you don't need to, when fit players sit on the sideline suspended. Here's Odie Alpha down the left flank. Minihan's forced him wide. He's got support, though, from the left back, Jaden Mundle-Smith, who's on loan from Fulham. Wins the throw-in on this near side. Adam Thomas, as ever, tracking back. Good to see him, not hardly mention him, but good to see Adam back in the fold.
Yeah, I think we've really missed him. I did observe during the Barnet game, you do just miss players like Adam Thomas that give you that consistency, and you do notice when he's out of the side, because you lack something down that right hand side. And I know he does have his detractors in certain areas, but he's someone that just does the job that Jim Gannon asks every week, and he wins a lot of corners and he carries the ball up the pitch, and that's what Jim Gannon wants, and it does have an impact.
There's an opportunity, though, for Maidenhead as they teared up for Twomasi to strike from distance. Took a horrible bobble right in front of Ben Hinchliffe, but after the deflection off, I think it may well have been Dan Cowan in the middle of the pitch, the middle of the area rather, it's gone out for the first corner of the day to the Magpies.
Yeah, it just flicked off Dan Cowan's right leg. I think it was going miles wide anyway, John, but good chance for Maidenhead.
Dan Cowan, by the way, described by Jim Gannon in midweek with Chris Ridgway as the unsung hero at the back in recent matches.
He's been brilliant, hasn't he, John, as part of a back three especially.
The centre forward, Whitehall, takes the corners, so a right-footed in-swinger from him. He's got some good elevation on it. It's a great header from Ash Palmer, and then it's hooked wide of the post by Mundell Smith, and that will be a goal kick to the Hatters. 10 minutes gone here at York Road. It remains 0-0 as Ben Hinchliffe again looking to pick out Danny Lloyd. The defender just about gets it away, but again only as far as Bennett. Bennett, he's got a chance to turn here, lays it off for Conor DeMeo on the edge of the box, has his pocket picked by the defender coming across there, and it's volleyed clear by Mundell Smith. It was scruffy defending by Maidenhead, but they got away with it.
Yeah, it's the second time that Ben Hinchliffe has, good header back by Hogan, it's the second time that Hinchliffe has gone long for Danny Lloyd, and it's caused chaos on both occasions, and we're actually seeing Danny Lloyd tee up Richie Bennett here, which just almost happened again there, and Bennett fed it into DeMeo, little turn on the edge of the area, and the chance just went. That is something with DeMeo that you do want to see him maybe cut out at this level. He's a classy player, but he wants that extra yard and that extra touch, and you don't often get it, especially at the likes of Maidenhead and other teams that are struggling. One
thing we've not mentioned as well, Sam, is there's quite a pronounced slope on this pitch from left to right. So Ben Hinchliffe is effectively kicking down the hill at the moment, isn't he? And if the Maidenhead defenders let it bounce, it's picking up pace, and it's inviting Danny Lloyd and Bennett to run in behind.
Yeah, and as I say, we're actually seeing Bennett play off Lloyd, which you wouldn't think you'd think it would be the other way around, but Lloyd's getting in behind with his pace, Bennett's hanging back, and it's often you see in the through balls make the way back to Bennett on the edge of the area, and by then he's manoeuvred a couple of yards of space. Just see the media team here letting out a sneeze, don't we, doing that? Don't let the referee hear.
Thomas laying the ball off to Walker, gives it back to Adam Thomas, who's popping up on the left wing now, finds Dan Cowan, who comes in onto his right foot. His diagonal ball blocked then by Seth Twumasi, signed from Maidstone in November of 2018. It's throw in now though to the home side, kicking up the slope as we look at it. 3 previous meetings between these two teams in recent years. There's been a win, a draw and a defeat for the Hatters so far. Their last visit here, their only visit here, was in the FA Trophy, February 2018. Neither goal scorer on show today. Matty Warburton for County, Ryan Upward not in the 16 today for the home side. And of course at Edgeley Park, County stunned really by a 1-0 defeat by Alan Devonshire's side, and what a good start they made to the campaign. They won 4 of their opening 8 games, but they're in their worst run of the season so far now. 4 defeats in a row. They've only won 2 of their last 11. They were beaten here by Boreham Wood last weekend, dropping into the bottom 4 for the first time this season, but with everything else going on, that may well be academic. What a touch from DeMeo. Bennett trying to return the ball to him as he made that run down the right wing, and it didn't quite come off on that occasion, but I mean that's to do with lack of training together, isn't it? But when that understanding comes, Sam, you can see what a difference big Ryan Bennett will make with somebody like DeMeo playing behind him.
Yeah, it's a lovely touch by DeMeo into Bennett, and on this occasion he's actually overcooked it after his initial under-hitting in the pass to Lloyd early on. He'll get there, we said, haven't he? It's just rustiness and something that he will shake off.
Header away by Palmer's been pounced upon by the home side as they work the ball out to the left-hand side now for Mundell Smith. He stabs it forward.
It's offside there.
Offside flag raised. And County getting the decision. It was Smile making the dart forward from that attacking midfield position, but denied by the linesman's flag on the far touchline. In fact, my apologies, it was Clerimer making the run from the middle of the park in rather unfamiliar territory there. Normally plays as a right back, but Shackelford playing at right back today, so Clerimer playing in central midfield for the home side. Free kick to County. Still 0-0, 14 minutes gone here on Imagine in association with mydigitalaccounts.com. The press box here busier than I think it's ever been, given that Stockport County are in town, and it is the second highest rated team in the football pyramid in action today, so expect the kind of coverage that Manchester City would normally enjoy. Here come Maidenhead down the right. They've got a chance here, but the pull back towards Whitehall by Asun Gagné was inaccurate. County a little bit lucky to get away with that, you've got to say, Sam.
Yeah, I think so, but I think it's also an element of Hogan and Palmer having it well marshalled, and don't know if you saw John there, but they just gave each other a little high five as they parted there, because Hogan went with the man and he told Palmer just to hang back, and he knew that the man inside the 6-yard box would be offside, and it ends up going through the legs of Hogan and out for a throw. But it is something that's tightened up at the back since Hogan came in, and he's also made Ash Palmer that bit more solid as well. So, good tracking back by Bennett, John.
Brilliant. Oh,
it's another
again,
poor
a
one.
terrible challenge. The referee's played the advantage, but I'm sure Clerimer's going to be in big trouble when play resumes. County continue. Down the left flank. Opportunity maybe for Lloyd. He's brought down. Free kick to County. Down by the corner flag. Now, will the referee bring play back and book Clerimer?
He's got to.
He certainly will.
County are even more furious at that one. Just, John, they've committed a foul on halfway and a foul by the corner flag. How do you expect to win football matches and to get out of your own half when... I mean, why are you flying in on halfway? The County, at the time, weren't going anywhere. They were playing it around the middle of the pitch. And if anything, they've got away down the left because the foul was committed and freed up space for Danny Lloyd to scamper away down the left. I just can't see what benefit these kind of challenges make. And now, County have got a chance to whip the ball into the box, and Maidenhead are under pressure.
A booking for Clerimer, the French male model, with a far from model challenge on Bennett on the halfway line, leading to a booking for him, and then a later foul on Danny Lloyd. A free kick in a very good position for County, which Di Maio can whip in. It's just in from the left corner flag as we look at it. He's gone for goal. It's tipped over by the goalkeeper. Routine save really for Ashby Hammond, but I've got to say I think Di Maio deceived everybody there by going for goal.
Yeah, you can't blame him really. Maidenhead are expecting a little dink into the box. We've got Palmer up, we've got Bennett, we've got Hogan, and he's just tried to deceive the goalkeeper and it's almost come off. Sam Walker whipped the corner in now.
County's first corner of the afternoon. They've been in good form in recent weeks from set pieces. A number of County corners turning into County goals. What can they produce from here? It's Walker. It's left-footed. It's Bennett!
Off
the line.
Off the post and then off the line.
Tuamasi with the clearance. Bennett's initial header came back off the upright, right across the goal line. Tuamasi with the clearance. The Hatters within a whisker of taking the lead.
Yeah, it's a perfect ball in by Sam Walker into the 6-yard box. Bennett just peeled away, yard of space, heads it downwards, and it cannons off the post and gets hacked off the goal line.
It's another County corner though.
Got to say, John, it was similar to Ash Palmer's header at the Cheadle end last weekend, where it trickled off the post and along the line before being hacked away. Great chance. Bennett did everything right, headed it downwards, and it's just inches away from where it needs to be.
Tuamasi showing the value of the man on the post, making the clearance. Here comes the corner again. And fisted away this time. Ash Palmer was lurking, but it was Ashby Hammond, the goalkeeper on loan from Fulham's under-23s, who punched it away towards the opposite flank. Here's Danny Lloyd now in a tussle on the far side. Foul by Lloyd. Free kick to the home side as Smile goes down very easily, but it was a foul. Free kick to Maidenhead United and a chance for them to really relieve the pressure. But well, Richie Bennett, he had a big chance after 5 minutes with a shot wide of the target, but then that was even closer, the header off the upright and then cleared off the line by Tuamasi.
Yeah, I don't know if it's deliberate, but we are looking more dangerous from set pieces over the recent weeks, and could have had 2 more last week than we did, 1 today. And it is something that looks like, the likes of Sam Minihan aren't going into the box, Conor Di Maio, the smaller players aren't, and the bigger players are, and we're getting the likes of Bennett, Thomas, Paul Turnbull on the edge, and Palmer and Hogan in there. Dan Cowan's going up as well. It's something that, for often in this division and the division below, County have been bullied and been outfought and out. Physical players have kind of out-battled County, and now that's something that isn't happening.
The big surprise here, by the way, Maidenhead, is their home form versus their away form. Their away form is as good as the Hatters. 25 points they've picked up on their travels, but here just 4 league wins, which, given this pitch, given the slope, given the ground, given the surroundings, you'd think they'd be using this to their advantage, wouldn't you?
Yeah, it's first day of the season, John. I did think you have to say we look a better team than Maidenhead, but they did a job, and they know how to win games at this level, and I think they thrived coming to Edgeley Park live on BT Sport, first game of the season, and just quieting the crowd, and they knew how to get that done, led by Alan Devonshire, and they knew how to get the game won. They got the goal, and they saw the game out, and they dropped to the ground if they had to, and did what they needed to do. And maybe that's something that they do prefer, going away from Edgeley Park and from York Road, and going to the likes of Edgeley Park and going to the likes of Notts County and Wrexham and spoiling the party. Maybe that's what they do like doing.
The ball cleared upfield by Maidenhead again. County, I think, taking advantage of the fact they're playing down the slope. They're using it to their advantage. They're certainly putting pressure on Maidenhead United's back line. 3 attempts from the Hatters, 2 on target. The Magpies just 2 attempts, both off target. And County certainly in the ascendancy. They've come close to scoring, come close to breaking the deadlock through Richie Bennett on 2 occasions so far today, but denied that opening goal by a wayward effort in the opening 5, and then the woodwork on 16. But here's Thomas down the right. That's a great ball in. Was there a handball by the defender Massey? But the referee didn't see anything wrong with that. It's hooked back in by Ash Palmer, goalkeeper's favourite to claim this. In the end, he lets it run. Richie Bennett trying to keep it alive, but it is a goal kick to the home side.
Yeah, there was no foul there. Bennett just went up from the cross in by Palmer and challenged the goalkeeper. It's good by the referee, because you often see the token free kick go to the goalkeeper, but there was no foul, and if Bennett could have got on the end of it, it would have been the opening goal.
Full live and exclusive commentary, of course, home and away of the Hatters. You're listening to County Player, so of course you may be listening to Imagine, your official county station, in association with mydigitalaccounts.com. Very good afternoon to John Whelan and all the guys. Let's hope it's not the last time we hear their name mentioned this season. Slightly shy on the back pass there, Dan Cowan, but Ben Hinchliffe was okay with that. Clears it right-footed, but it gathered up pace as it went down the slope, and ends up in the arms of a grateful Tay Ashby-Hammond, the 20-year-old goalkeeper who's keeping Chris Dunn out of the starting 11. Chris Dunn, very experienced goalkeeper. The 32-year-old is on the bench, former Northampton man, actually won at Anfield in the League Cup at Liverpool back in 2010. Went and played for Cambridge United. They got a goalless draw in the FA Cup at Man United back in 2015. Moved on to Wrexham, so a very experienced goalkeeper on the bench in Chris Dunn. But it's Ashby-Hammond who's getting the nod at the moment for Alan Devonshire's side. Alan Devonshire 62 now in his second spell in charge of the club. Danny Lloyd, little reverse pass. That's a foul on Di Maio. They're just trying to kick lumps out of County at the moment. This time to Umasi with the foul. Jim Gannon, I'm sure he was aware of the disciplinary record before today.
Yeah, it will be a concern, because Di Maio hobbles away from that one. It was Bennett earlier that took a bit of a whack. Dan Cowan at the back, who took that clattering early on.
But as you said earlier, if you keep conceding free kicks against County, you're going to concede goals.
Yeah, well, County's main threat over the recent weeks has been set pieces, and they're giving us set pieces by the bucket load. So here we go again.
Now there's Bennett.
Yeah, Sam Walker to whip this in.
Walker to take from the left wing, midway inside the Maidenhead half, as the Magpies with another set piece to defend. They've defended it well. It's a good header away, but it comes straight back to Walker. And again, it's headed clear by Ellul up to the halfway line. Turnbull turns it back to Hinchliffe. Hinchliffe, well, look at Di Maio. He's in oceans of space in the middle of the park, but he's gone out towards the left, towards Richie Bennett. Ellul wins it in the air again, heads it into touch for a County throw on the far side. There is a feeling that this United defence is under pressure, and has been for the last 10 or 15 minutes or so of this game. Pretty even opening, but County have started to get into the ascendancy, but Dan Cowan's just run into trouble, lost the ball, and now Clerimer can mount a counter-attack for Maidenhead United. He's picked out Josh Smile bringing it forward. He's got Mundell Smith on the overlap, but he's gone diagonal into the penalty area. Hogan with a towering header to get that clear. Super defending by Liam Hogan. And Danny Lloyd mopping up at the back, finds Cowan, who plays it down the left touchline. It's kept alive by Twumasi for Maidenhead United, but to no real benefit. County have it again. Tuamasi in sharply though on that far side on Di Maio, and again it's Cowan to the rescue up to the halfway line. Bennett had a chunk of the shirt. He has ripped the shirt of the defender. Ellel on the far side. Well, the referee just gives Bennett a talking to. Well, he's going to need a new shirt, I think, at the break.
Yeah, you wouldn't get that with a Richard Landon shirt.
So free kick, Maidenhead United, halfway line. Jim Gannon. His mantra is no fouls. Maybe Bennett's forgotten that from his Northwich days. Free kick taken from Ellel towards Whitehall, towards Clerimer, beaten in the air by Palmer. Recycled by Tuamasi. There must be an offside flag here. There must be. It stays down. Sam Minihan, aghast, puts it out for a corner, but he cannot believe there was no flag for an offside, and I've got to say I agree with him.
Yeah, it was. I think the linesman's been confused over the far side, hasn't he, by the players switching. A chance for Maidenhead to put this in. Palmer and Hogan, I've got to say, Palmer and Hogan have just been reaching everything that's gone in to the box so far. If it's not one, it's the other.
Whitehall to take the corner from a lump of sand by the corner quadrant. That is outside the quadrant, by the way, on the pinnacle of sand. Cleared by Sam Walker up to Danny Lloyd. Counter-attack could be on for the Hatters. Lloyd using his pace to good effect, trying to go the long way round. He's been brought down again on that far side. Again it's a free kick, and Lloyd straight to the referee to say how many times.
Yeah, he knows. We know Danny Lloyd, don't we? We know that he knows when he's got someone he can run at, and he knows that he's got them on toast here, and he's continually running at them down the left. 2 fouls
by Shackelford, but no punishment for the fullback.
Yeah, I think the referee's... It's cynical, isn't it, though? He knows that Danny Lloyd's in behind him, and...
Lloyd very animated and very angry about that decision, but it is a free kick to the Hatters. Walker standing over it, looking to ping this in with those luminous boots of his. Sam Walker in good form at the moment. One of the elder statesmen at 32 of this county side. Fires it in, left-footed towards Palmer. Didn't get his angles right. Heads it wide of the target, and in fact it doesn't even go into touch. Whitehall clears. And now the chase is on. It's Sam Walker who's got to get back goal side to defend from Asonganyi. Asonganyi with a chance to maybe get a shot away from the edge of the box. A little pitching wedge on the volley. It's in the back of the net. Maidenhead have taken the lead. Brilliant from Asonganyi. And the opening goal for Maidenhead United against the run of play. And it's come from the number 22, Odie Alpha, but brilliant play by the man on loan from MK Dons to tee up the opportunity. Scooped it over the county back line. The Hatters appealing for offside, but Odie Alpha was definitely on. Scores his second goal for United, and against the run of play, 27 minutes gone, it's Maidenhead United 1, Stockport County 0.
Yeah, we're just singing the praises of Sam Walker, and he's just been caught wrong side, hasn't he? He's tried to track back, but he knows when he's beating for pace, and he's been caught out at the back. Just an unfortunate slip in midfield. He's not offside. I think one of the players was offside, but he remained outside of play, and it's a cracking volley, to be fair, into the far corner. No chance for Hinchliffe. And County, they've just been caught out. There's a bit of a slip and a loss of possession on halfway. Sam Walker can't do much about it. He's outpaced, he knows it. And now County have to come from behind.
And here's Richie Bennett down the right wing trying to restore parity to the scoreline, but his cross is a tame one straight into the arms of the goalkeeper. The Magpies have taken the lead with their only shot on target in this opening 27 minutes or so, and it was the two new signings, the two loan signings, linking up beautifully just on the edge of the county penalty area. Brilliant skill from Dylan Asonganyi, only signed yesterday from MK Dons, to loft it over for Odie Alpha, a recent acquisition from QPR's under-23s, and the Nigerian winger, as Sam Byrne quite correctly says, a beautiful full volley beyond the outstretched arms of Ben Hinchliffe into the far corner. His second goal for his new club, and the 21-year-old, his goal separates the two sides. County lead 1-0. Offside against Bennett, free kick to the Magpies, and I'm sure Alan Devonshire down on the bench cannot believe his luck that his side are in front.
No, it's just for those listening at home, it's, if you can imagine the opening goal in the Manchester derby, dare I say it, where it's a flick over the defence. That's exactly how County have been caught out. Just a a flick over Hogan and Palmer into the man just inside the box, and it's a crashing volley into the far corner. But as I say, Sam Walker in behind, he's just got wrong side. He's tried his best to get back goal side, and County just caught out. I don't feel too concerned. I don't know if it's because I don't feel like it's going to be relevant, or just even in terms of the game. County have been on top. We've hit the post. We've tested the gloves of the keeper, and we've shown that we've got enough in this game to get out Maidenhead. The worry would be that Maidenhead know how to defend the lead, and if they sit on this now for the rest of the game, as he did at Edgeley Park, then we might be in trouble. But I do think we've got enough to unlock that door.
Oh, great turn by Lloyd on the left wing. Tees it up for Di Maio. Di Maio twisting right, then
again,
left.
John, he's
turned into trouble.
He wants that extra space. You can't. We know he's a classy player and he's got that touch, but you don't get that in the National League North, the National League. And I just wish he'd have the courage to follow through on his convictions and have the shot if that's what he wants to do, or play the through ball. Just do one or the other. Don't dither and end up giving it away.
Hogan heads towards the halfway line, but there's Smile to intercept. Plays it square now to the goal scorer, Odie Alpha. Great tackle by Sam Walker, edge of his own area. Wins it back and finds Di Maio as County make progress into the opposition half, down the left flank. But again, the ball over the top there, overhit by Di Maio. If you're playing down the slope, you've got to take something off it.
Yeah, he's not enjoyed the best of starts the opening half an hour. He's just struggling to get to the pace of the game. I know Jim Gannon was full of praise for him on the podcast last week, but he doesn't seem to be quite be at that level of a Danny Lloyd at the moment. And you can see Danny Lloyd turn around in frustration there at him and just ask him to take a little bit off it and be aware of his surroundings. But plenty of time still for County.
Turnbull dispossessed by the hard-working Josh Smile. This is great work by Smile and a lovely cross as well, and Minihan with a clearance finds Adam Thomas. Thomas lays it off now to Walker. Walker's given it away though, straight back to Smile. Smile out to the right wing. Opportunity maybe for the new signing to get a cross in here. And in the end it drifts out for a County goal kick, and the Hatters a little bit relieved by that as Ben Hinchliffe prepares to line up the clearance. Plenty of police in the ground, by the way, today. I guess football duty is something that they can claim overtime for, so there's not many games on elsewhere, so plenty of them have turned up today. Also County, of course, turning up in big numbers, as they always do all across the country. And
it's a corner.
They've forced a corner here. Just over half an hour gone on Imagine, in association with MyDigitalAccounts.com. County's third corner of the day, and it's Connor Di Maio to take this one. Maidenhead taking the lead here against the run of play. They lead by 1-0 through Odie Alpha, the QPR man. But it is Connor Di Maio with the set piece. Whips it in, right-footed. Thomas trying to glance it on, comes out to Danny Lloyd, edge of the box. He'll give it back to Di Maio. He'll recycle the ball from the left wing, headed away this time by Clerimer towards that left wing again for the Hatters. Hogan struggling to keep it in play, but he did, but to no avail as Clerimer's able to clear into County territory. Dan Cowan's there to meet it. Great form at the moment, Cowan. He's overhit that one, and again just down the hill. You just got to take something off it if you're going to play it that way. Now the home side have got a man down injured. I think it's the skipper Massey, who actually followed Alan Devonshire from Braintree when he made the move in 2015, ever present in their National South title season. Big player for them, the 31-year-old. At the moment he's refusing treatment, but he's staying on his haunches, which is using up precious seconds here for Maidenhead. He's back on his feet now, so it remains 1-0 to Maidenhead. But like you, Sam, I've got to say, the way County started this game, this opening half hour, you're not overly concerned about conceding the goal almost.
No, I mean, County have shown there's plenty in this for them. They've shown that they're a threat from set pieces. They're getting plenty of them. A bit of a sucker punch, but you do have confidence that there's enough now at the back for County that they can tighten up and not let another one slip, and that they can get something at the other end. So, as I say, plenty of time still left in this.
Yep, almost an hour to go. We've got about 12 to go to half-time. Hatters with some more defending to do. Hogan works it out to the left for Cowan. tried to clear that one. It was charged down. That should be a
Yeah.
Maidenhead United throw. The referee's got that horribly wrong, but it is a county throw in the Hatters' left back area, much to the irritation of those United fans on the far side.
I wonder if we might just see him be a bit eager to give a free kick the other way now, just even it out. I think he knew that was the wrong way to go.
Great to see so many county fans, by the way, on the way down to the game today on the train from Stockport, and indeed when we got here you could hear the songs as soon as you came out of the railway station. It was quite remarkable down the main high street here at Maidenhead. County fans not bowed by what they've seen so far. The only person missing today, apart from Chris Ridgway, is our cameraman Dan Powell, who's been told he cannot film for health and safety reasons. I'm looking at a gantry on the far side that's about 12 feet wide, and I'm not sure that the extra weight of the rather anemic Dan Powell would have made a lot of difference on that gantry.
Yeah, he's not self-isolating, he's just got no friends. That's all it is.
That cameraman up there is.
Yeah, no Dan today, but so far County fans not missing out on many highlights. Let's wait and see if we can change that.
County free kick. Sam Walker again from the halfway line. Lofts it towards Adam Thomas. Well, he's done well there, Adam Thomas. As you want a corner, the referee, well, he looked long and hard at that. He looked at the linesman, who didn't seem too certain, and in the end he's given the goal kick to Maidenhead United. 10 to go to the break, still 1-0 to the home side, who took the lead against the run of play on 27 minutes. A brilliant lofted chip from Dylan Asunganyi on his debut, volleyed home by Odie Alpha, also on loan from Queen's Park Rangers. Superb volley beyond the outstretched arms of county keeper Ben Hinchliffe. Nothing he could do about that. It's poor goal kick by the home side number 1, Tay Ashby Hammond, or 21 as he's numbered on the team sheet. Goes straight out for a county throw on the far side. Just under 10 minutes to go to the break. 1-0 Maidenhead lead. County desperate for a win to get themselves into those playoff places. Whether it ends up being a meaningful final position or not remains to be seen. Even if it is a final position or not remains to be seen. It's very difficult to see how this season can play out. County, of course, with 4 home games remaining. The next scheduled game a week on Tuesday at home to Notts County, but in the overall scheme of things that just feels so far away given the current climate. Turnbull back out to the wing for Hogan to loft it in. Takes a deflection en route. Nice control by DeMeo. Better this time from the mercurial midfielder. Lays it off to Hogan. Hogan thought about the shot but instead tees it up for Turnbull. Edge of the box blocked by the defender. Comes back to Hogan. Strikes it right footed. It's about a foot wide of the goal, but good to see him having a snapshot from there.
Yeah, I think County have spotted a bit of a tool that they can utilise in the long throw of Liam Hogan over the past few weeks. It led to the goal last weekend against Barnet when the throw was returned to him. He put the cross in and Palmer got on the end of it, and you can see that Hogan has got that bit of attacking prowess about him, and he's quick to get forward there and get the shot away, and it was well struck and not too far away.
There is something surreal about playing football today, given all of the other games that have been called off this afternoon. But surreal or not, I think once you're out there, you just do get on with it, don't you? And a little bit like us on the radio, you just kind of take it as it is. County on the ball, halfway line. Turnbull back to Hogan. Hogan playing left side of that centre-half pairing. Delivers it towards the left wing. The header from Bennett, looking for Adam Thomas, making the run in from that right touchline, but unable to get there ahead of the goalkeeper. 7 minutes to go to the break here on Imagine in association with mydigitalaccounts.com. There is that feeling of County being the canaries in the mine this afternoon, testing the water almost to see whether football is playable in this climate. I think the overwhelming answer from most people is probably not. The game's called off elsewhere, and as the virus gets a grip across the sporting world, it is likely that the rest of the National League programme will be postponed or even cancelled, but that remains to be seen. Meeting in the National League on Monday as Hogan takes the free kick down the hill towards Bennett. It's a very good header away by Elul. Sets up a counter-attack. The Smile volleys the ball forward. He just over-egged it a bit. Hinchliffe comes and claims. Bowls it out to Ash Palmer, who plays it to Turnbull. Turnbull with the blue boots. Lovely ball out to the wing, and Minihan's in a bit of space. They've got the overload on the right-hand side with Thomas on the overlap. Thomas now coming in off the touchline, gives it back to Turnbull. Walker's in a bit of space, but he's gone the other way to DeMeo. DeMeo, little dummy from DeMeo. It's opened up for the county midfielder. Finds Adam Thomas on the right wing. His cross is well blocked, though, on the near post by Massey, and it goes behind for a county corner, their fourth of the day.
Like I say, John, we have missed Adam Thomas, and for those that aren't here and might wonder what he brings to the team, like we say, he gets county up the pitch, and yeah, he gravitates towards the corner flag, but that's his job. He's been asked to do that and win county corners because the corners are so dangerous, and that's what we're seeing again now.
County trail 1-0 as the corner's taken. It's headed away, but only as far as Turnbull. Turnbull controls it, lays it off to the left now for Lloyd. Lloyd attacking the fullback, comes off the defender Shackelford, and goes behind for County's fifth corner of this first half. 5 minutes to go till the break. County trail by a goal to 0. An opportunity now for DeMeo again. Right-footed in swinger. What can he produce from here? DeMeo. Oh, it's a lovely ball in. The goalkeeper, though, under the crossbar, manages to claim that one. It was a little close to Ashby Hammond, and he's in no hurry to clear the ball upfield. County trailing 1-0. They made a good start to the game. Couple of big chances in this first half for debutant striker Richie Bennett. The first one in the opening 5 minutes, dragging his effort wide of the far post with his left foot, and then on 16 minutes his header from a Sam Walker corner, ricocheting off the upright right across the goal line and cleared by Seth Twumasi, much to the relief of the home fans, who probably couldn't believe their luck on 27 minutes when they took the lead against the run of play. But a brilliant lofted chip from the debutant Dylan Asanganyi, volleyed home by Odi Alpha from just inside the penalty area to give the home side the 1-0 advantage. As we head towards the break, 3.5 minutes to go as Palmer clears his lines. Bennett will chase. Oh, it's a lovely touch from Bennett. Tries to lay it off for DeMeo, but intercepted well by Twumasi. Super defended by Twumasi. Bennett, very unfortunate.
Yeah, it's brilliant. It's a brilliant take by Bennett on halfway, and he has a wherewithal to hold it up as well, turn and look to get Lloyd in behind, and it just cannons off the man in between. Again, though, it's good signs. It's promising. Jim Gannon will be pleased, I think, with this first half, despite the scoreline. Massey heads it down towards the left touchline, kept alive by Jaden Mundle-Smith. And that will be a throw-in to Maidenhead United. On this near side, it is Mundle-Smith to take, on loan from Fulham's under-23s. In fact, captain of Fulham's under-23s. He's on loan here until the end of the season. Clerimer, challenged by Sam Walker, forces him out towards the touchline again. Walker with the challenge. It'll be another throw-in to United in the black and white stripes. The Magpies, same nickname, same strip as Newcastle. Thomas again with a challenge, snapping at the heels of Alpha, the goal scorer, puts it out for a throw-in. So throw-in to be taken by the left-sided Mundle-Smith. Looking at the options, Clerimer first to show, gets it back. Thomas trying to defend it, does very well, keeps him at bay, and he's so much more than just a right winger, Adam Thomas. You can see it in moments like this as County earn the throw-in off Mundle-Smith. That was clever from the combined efforts of Thomas and DeMeo. Yeah, and DeMeo there just ushering the team up the pitch. It's good tracking back, and again, that's what Thomas adds, and you do miss it, and you do miss the up and down of the right winger, and now County on the attack.
Great touch from Bennett, finds DeMeo. DeMeo returns the favour. Bennett wide right, waiting for bodies to arrive in the box. The only one in there is Danny Lloyd, but it's right into the arms of the goalkeeper.
It's twice now that Bennett's got down the right and Lloyd's got into the middle, and the final cross has just been straight into the arms of the goalkeeper. But it's a promising move, and it's all come about from County defending well in their own corner, winning the throw, having the patience to just hold the man at bay and get up the other end.
Final minute of the first half. County trailing 1-0 on Imagine in association with MyDigitalAccounts.com as Smile volleys the ball forward. County with Hogan under pressure from Whitehall, who's got 15 goals this season, by the way. The former Southport man came through the ranks at Liverpool's academy. So no slouch. That's a clear foul by left-back Mundell Smith, who bundles, should be Bundle Smith, shouldn't it, as he bundles Adam Thomas to the ground. A needless free kick conceded. Again,
it's just, there's absolutely no need for it. Thomas is going nowhere. He's facing away from goal, away from his own teammates. And it's on a stroke of half-time. Just gives County the chance to pump the ball into the box.
Yeah, Maidenhead's back line under pressure again from a needless free kick. We're in the final minute of the first half. Turnbull's long diagonal towards Hogan, who wins it in the air, but he couldn't direct his header goalwards, and it stays Maidenhead United 1, Stockport County 0.
Maidenhead, they might well back themselves to defend all these set pieces and these corners, but there's only so long that it can last. And while you've got the likes of Hogan and Palmer and now Bennett inside the area, it only takes, they might get the first header away, but it only takes it one kind ricochet for it to land at the feet of someone on the edge or someone who can slot the rebound home. So they're living dangerously, and they might, like I say, they might back themselves to clear the danger, but if you keep putting yourself under that pressure, eventually it'll tell.
2 added minutes at the end of this first half. We're into stoppage time. County still trailing by a 0-0, and they'll be playing up the hill in this second half, in the second half I should say. So it'll be physical exertion running up the hill, as opposed to playing down as they are at the moment. Quite a test for them. Adam Thomas, great strong challenge, dispossesses Alpha on the halfway line. County have the ball with Minihan down the right. Danny Lloyd has switched flanks for the time being. Felt he was fouled. The referee doesn't want to know, and then Lloyd,
it's good to be of weight,
for the second week running, clutches the ball, waiting for the free kick, which never comes, and when it does come, it's against him for handball. He's not had it all his own way this first half, Danny Lloyd. He's been kicked down the left flank, and then thought he'd been kicked again on the right flank, but didn't get any decision.
Yeah, but he never stops, does he? And
exactly.
Sam Minihan had his arms outstretched there as if to say, where am I playing this ball? And out of nowhere, Danny Lloyd ran from left to right, and he got on the end of the pass. It's just that by the time the pressure told, he went to ground and the free kick went against him, but he keeps going, and eventually that'll pay off.
Well, there's a break on here for the home side, but the ball overhit by Joe Ellel, the former Tasman United man. It's gone out for a County throw in the Hatters' right back area. Deep into stoppage time at the end of this first half, as the referee checks his watch once again and blows his whistle. Matthew Russell brings that first 45 minutes to an end. 2 big chances for County, who started brightly in that first half. Debutant Richie Bennett on the end of both of them. The first one after 5 minutes on his left foot fell kindly to him, but he dragged his effort wide of the far post. He went even closer though on the quarter-hour mark. Conor DeMayo's free kick was initially saved by the goalkeeper Tay Ashby Hammond, tipped over the bar, and from the resulting corner, Richie Bennett's header coming back off the upright right across the goal line, and there was Seth Twumasi to clear his lines. The home supporters relieved, and I'm sure they couldn't believe their luck just 10 minutes later when Maidenhead took the lead against the run of play. A brilliant lofted chip on the edge of the County penalty area from debutant Dylan Asanganyi on loan from MK Dons, volleyed home beautifully by Odi Alpha, also on loan from Queen's Park Rangers under 23s, and the Nigerian winger celebrating his second goal in Maidenhead colours. Their only shot on target in this first half. It's Maidenhead who are in front, and what will Jim Gannon think about that first half, Sam?
I think he'll actually be quite pleased. We've had chances from set pieces, as we know, but also from open play. There's been signs of good link up between Bennett and Lloyd, a good little partnership that could be in the works there. I know we've gone a goal down, but Hogan and Palmer are looking relatively solid at the back. It's a bit of a sucker punch that has caught us out. Sam Walker's, he's been victim at the back of being left alone really after a slip by DeMayo, and they've caught us cold, but promising signs and plenty in this for County in the second half, attacking the County fans to really get at Maidenhead, and I think Maidenhead will be happy with their lot now, and not only them, they won't really foray forward as much. and as the game ticks on, they'll sit back, and that might just invite the likes of Di Maio, Lloyd, Thomas, McAlinden, Bennett, Bell, just to have a little sniff and get a little shot away on goal when the time comes. And a goal down, but as promising as a game can be while being a goal down, I would say.
And a quick word on Richie Bennett on his county debut. 2 chances in that opening quarter of an hour for the big man.
Yeah, it's a really, really good chance from open play early on. It's actually Danny Lloyd, the little man, holding it up for him and playing him in on goal. He had just had a yard or two of space on the edge of the area, got good contact on it, and it looked for all the world, like I say, John, that it was nestling inside that bottom corner, but it's just dragged inches wide down the slope. And then minutes later, he's got on the end of Sam Walker's cross, hasn't he, and just headed it downwards like you'd want your striker to do. Crashed off the inside of the post, rolled across the goal line, and been hacked away. On another day, that would be inside the bottom corner, and County would be one up. But plenty of good signs by Bennett. Who knows how long he'll last in the second half, because he's not played a lot of football. But enough signs from Bennett that there's something there to work with and something there for Jim Gannon to really get his claws into.
Promising signs for County, says Sam Byrne from the Stockport Express. County the better side in that first half, but it's Odie Alpha's volley which separates the two teams at the break. Half time here at York Road. It's Maidenhead United 1, Stockport County 0.
It all comes down to this.
Stockport County Live on Imagine Radio with MyDigitalAccounts.com, the smart accountant for the digital age, specialising in online accounts and tax returns. Call us today on 0161 925 6162 for a friendly chat about your accounting needs, or visit at MyDigitalAccounts.com. Stockport County Live on Imagine Radio with MyDigitalAccounts.com, the smart accountant for the digital age, specialising in online accounts and tax returns. Call us today on 0161 925 6162 for a friendly chat about your accounting needs, or visit at MyDigitalAccounts.com. Stockport County Live on Imagine Radio with MyDigitalAccounts.com, the smart accountant for the digital age, specialising in online accounts and tax returns. Call us today on 0161 925 6162 for a friendly chat about your accounting needs, or visit at MyDigitalAccounts.com.
No
Stockport County Live on Imagine Radio with MyDigitalAccounts.com, the smart accountant for the digital age, specialising in online accounts and tax returns. Call us today on 0161 925 6162 for a friendly chat about your accounting needs, or visit at MyDigitalAccounts.com.
And welcome back to York Road for the second half here at Maidenhead United. And alongside me in the commentary box this afternoon is Sam Byrne from the Stockport Express. And Sam, we start with news of a substitution for County.
Two, actually, John. Yeah, we've got Liam McAlinden on for Danny Lloyd, and Elliot Osborne on in place of Conor DeMeo as County get us back underway.
Double change for the Hatters. Kind of suggests Jim Gannon maybe wasn't quite as happy about the first half as we thought he might have been.
No, but I think he can be encouraged, but know that there's signs where, or areas where we need to improve. And DeMeo, John, I've got to say, games just seem to pass him by. We've got all the time in the world for him as a person, and he's been through a lot during his time at the club, but he just never seems to grab games by the scruff of the neck, and that may be something that plays on the mind of Jim Gannon, because he does seem to blow hot and cold with Conor DeMeo, and he'll select him for a run of games and then he'll be out and be back in. And Osborne's come on in that number 10 role now, so let's see how we're looking. But it might also just be a sign of Jim Gannon going, you know what, we don't know how long we've got left to play in this season. We're 1-0 down in what could be the last game of the season. Let's just throw Osborne, McAlinden, Bennett, just throw them all up top, and let's see how the land lies come 90 minutes.
Well, that certainly looks to be the way for the Hatters as they resume with two half-time substitutions. I'll run through the County 11 then. It's Ben Hinchliffe in goal, a back four of Sam Minihan, Ash Palmer, Liam Hogan and Dan Cowan at left back. In midfield, Paul Turnbull, the skipper, alongside Sam Walker. Adam Thomas wide right. Liam McAlinden is on for Danny Lloyd, playing wide left. And Elliot Osborne is on for Conor DeMeo in the hole behind Richie Bennett. County's remaining substitutes then are Niall Bell, Festus Arthur and goalkeeper Ian Ormson. I think, Sam, it's fair to say we will see Niall Bell, won't we? You don't expect Richie Bennett to last the 90?
No, I'd be very surprised. He's not played a lot of football, as we've said. And Niall Bell, you'd expect, would get a run out, whether it be 20 minutes, half an hour. We'll wait and see. But ample time yet for Bennett to make a difference.
County kicking up the hill now in this second 45 from right to left as we look at it, wearing all blue today, blue shirts, blue shorts and blue socks. The home side in black and white striped shirts with black shorts and white socks, and unreadable names and numbers on their backs, made worse by a kind of I don't know, like a checkerboard design on the lower half of those black and white striped shirts, which is interfering with those numbers even more. But, I'm sure I'm not alone in having complained about the numbers. It is a throw into the Hatters in that left back area. County trailing 1-0, and Jim Gannon decisive at half time.
Yeah, like I say, he knows what he wants from his team in the second half. There may be another issue with Danny Lloyd. We don't know if that's just a matter of a straight swap. As you said in the first half, Johnny didn't have it all his own way, so there is a sense with Danny Lloyd that when things aren't going his way, he gets a bit frustrated, and he over-eggs it in a certain sense. He runs too much and tries to make things happen on his own, and sometimes that's not what you need.
And the ball played over the top for Bennett. Super defending though by right back Shackelford, and the goalkeeper clears. We mentioned John Whelan in the first half. He's actually here today, sitting alongside Phil Whelan, and he's got his son Buster as well down below us. So nice to see John, even when he's not involved in the commentary, and Phil still travelling to the games. Throw in to the Hatters on the County right wing, halfway line. Sam Minihan to take. Sam Minihan, who, it may be that he's denied the opportunity, but we hoped he was going to make his 150th appearance for the club before the end of the season. Today is number 148. But could well be denied that opportunity now, Sam.
Oh, it's a chance, Charlie. Little flick on by Bennett. Does look like Bennett and McAlinden are playing as a front two now. Yeah,
McAlinden a lot further forward, isn't he, than Danny Lloyd was in that first half. So perhaps a rejig of County's front line. Osborne definitely played in the hole Sam Walker maybe further to the left and Thomas to the right, dropping back. Oh, he's taking that one full in the face, Adam Thomas, and he's down. Felt the impact of that one, didn't he?
Yeah, it was quite a flush in the face.
Just a little groggy, and in fact he's going to need treatment here. Luke Smith onto the pitch, not a long walk to make. The incident right in front of him. Adam Thomas is okay, back on his feet again very quickly, but when you're not expecting them and you get them full in the face, they are painful.
Got to say, John, something that I think it passed us by in the heat of the moment during the opening goal, but it was actually scored when I believe Maidenhead had 10 players on the pitch, because the player went off to replace his shirt when Richie Bennett ripped it open during a challenge. So that will be a source of frustration for Jim Gannon, and something he might well pick up on during your post-match interview.
Thomas's cross from the right, charged down. It is a County throw deep in the Maidenhead United half. County playing more of a 4-3-1-2 with Adam Thomas to the right, Sam Walker to the left of Paul Turnbull now. A more aggressive County line-up in that final third, with that McAlinden alongside Bennett. So perhaps a tactical switch from Jim Gannon rather than a reflection on Danny Lloyd's performance in that first 45. It's rather to get another big man up top alongside Bennett, and he is pretty tall, McAlinden. Turnbull heads the ball forward. There's a hand there from Thomas, but he's got away with it as the cross comes in from Hogan on the right, blocked by Tuamasi, and County have another corner.
Yeah, there was actually some County players in the box appealing for the push, and some Maidenhead players appealing for the handball. I think the referee's just gone with 6 of one, half dozen of the other, and a chance now for Walker to put this into a dangerous area.
County fans in good voice as Sam Walker prepares to take corner number 6 for the Hatters. Left-footed in-swinger towards Adam Thomas, who glances it on. Familiar pattern, that one, but the defender this time gets it away. Minihan recycling the ball from the halfway line out towards that right flank. Walker, a foul on Smile. It is a free kick to United in that left-back area, but Adam Thomas, an opportunity there from that corner as he glanced that on.
Yeah, it ricocheted up into the air, and Thomas was almost on the byline, and you just want him to plant the header across goal and into that area where Palmer and Hogan and McAlinden and Bennett can attack it, and he just kind of looked to flick it back rather than across, and it just petered out into nothing before the free kick went quite softly against Sam Walker.
Yeah, Jim's just looking at his formation. It's almost a diamond, isn't it, in midfield, the way County have shaped up now, with Walker to the left, Thomas to the right, Turnbull at the base, and Osborne pushing on. So it's a formation I know Jim has used in the past. He quite likes it. It seems to be the way he's gone now. A tactical switch at half-time, as well as 2 personnel changes to try and get County back into this game. 52 minutes on the clock. You're listening to Imagine in association with mydigitalaccounts.com. County trailing by 1-0. Palmer across the back line to Hogan, drills it out towards the left side. It's a lovely ball, and Dan Cowan controls it superbly. Plays it down the left flank now for Osborne, who's onside. Osborne taking on the fullback on this near touchline, Shackelford. Good skill from Osborne. Shackelford, though, defending his position well. Lays it off to Hogan. Hogan up to Walker. Not the best of balls from Hogan. Turnbull wins it back on the halfway line. It's a push by Tuamasi. The referee right up with play. No question able to give the free kick. Seen so many of them from Maidenhead this afternoon. Very cheap free kick.
Yeah, it's clever by Walker because he feels the contact and just drops to the floor, but don't give him the opportunity to do that. We always say that, even when it's the other way around. Don't give the opposition the opportunity to drop to the ground and win the free kick. And it's yet another chance for Walker and Turnbull to stand over this and put it into a dangerous area. Like I say, John, how many times are they going to do this before it eventually pays off for County?
County still trailing by 1-0. As Turnbull takes the free kick, he's overhit that one, hasn't he? Oh, it's kept alive by Palmer, though. Headed on by Osborne. Bennett, edge of the box. He's got support again from Turnbull. Turnbull, can he deliver better this time? It's been charged down by Smile. And then Minihan plays it down the opposite touchline as County try and make inroads down there, but Osborne yet to get into the game, dispossessed quite cheaply. Walker trying to win it back, but the break's on for Maidenhead down the left-hand side. This is the opportunity for Whitehall. Great save by Hinchliffe, blocked it with his legs, and County able to clear. Well, they conceded it very cheaply there on the halfway line. And Maidenhead will be kicking themselves. They didn't double their advantage. They still might, though. Coming in off the right touchline, his smile saved again by Hinchliffe, who's keeping County in it. It stays 1-0.
Yeah, he takes it quickly. Hinchliffe straight up to McAlinden. On the money again, John.
Yeah, great clearance by Hinchliffe, but McAlinden unable to keep that move going. Runs into Massey, the captain. Ellel clears his lines. Poor ball out from Ellel by the big defender. County throw-in in their right-back area. Palmer to take.
Yeah, it's a good double save by Hinchliffe. It's actually probably the first thing he's had to do in the game. He had no chance with the opening goal. And he's out quickly, isn't he, and spreads himself and makes a save.
Good centre-forward play by Bennett. Lays it off now for Minihan. Minihan dinks it forward. Under pressure, Joe Ellel didn't really know what to do with it. Under pressure from Adam Thomas. Eventually hooks it clear. It's not a bad clearance as well. Hogan's there to control it for County. Juggles with the ball on the halfway line, then volleys it forward for Walker. Walker beaten in the air by Clerimer, though. Hogan wins it in the air and heads it back where it came from, straight back to Clerimer. Clerimer with the header away. Walker's there again, glanced on by Adam Thomas. A little blow to the back of his head, and then Twumasi plays it forward, overhits it straight through to Ben Hinchliffe. In terms of County, second half yet to get going.
No, but they are pushing Maidenhead back, and although they're not making it count by way of chances, another free kick there, John, another push in the back, but they're just penning them back, and you saw there, I think it was Clerimer or Smile that just pumped it downfield, and Hinchliffe rushed to keep it in, and Maidenhead had no players in the other half at all. So there are ways of getting at the opposition without clear-cut chances, and County are doing the best to push them back and pen them in here.
They've got a good relationship with Fulham here at Maidenhead. They've got a couple of players on loan from Fulham, and Josh Smile, who Sam mentioned there, is a former Fulham under-23 captain himself. Left the club, moved on to Chippenham, which is where he was signed by the United. Here's Palmer with a header. It's gone in! Ash Palmer, yet again, the goal hero for the third game in a row. Great free kick from Paul Turnbull, and Ash Palmer textbook headed it back where it came from. The goalkeeper stretching, couldn't get there. 57 minutes gone, County have levelled, and it's Ash Palmer again. It's Maidenhead United 1, Stockport County 1.
John, it's a superb header by Ash Palmer. Brilliant ball in by Turnbull to the back stick. It's so deep, and Palmer's done the only thing that you can do from there. He's just teased it into the far corner. It's one of those headers that someone could get on the end of it and poke it into the net themselves, or it can go straight across the face and nestle inside the far corner, and that's exactly what it's done. It's so intelligent by Ash Palmer, and County deservedly back in the game.
3-3 for County's number 5. Ash Palmer to the rescue. The Hatters level, and can they now go on and claim all 3 points here this afternoon? But we talked in that first half, Sam, so many times about Maidenhead giving away cheap free kicks, saying it's going to cost you if you keep doing this, and it has.
Yep, another needless push in the back with County going nowhere, and it leads to the equalising goal. We said it again and again, and it's not a one-off. Maidenhead are just outside the relegation zone, and it's something that we saw at Edgeley Park. They're willing to commit those fouls and to go to ground needlessly, and it does cost you, and that's something that Jim Gannon has always stuck by, and that's where you start to see no fouls, that mantra, no fouls. It starts to make sense and it starts to pay off.
Ash Palmer got himself a little bit of space on the far side of the penalty area, but it was Turnbull, super delivery, a 50-yard diagonal ball to pick him out, and a lovely cushioned header from Palmer. He had all the time in the world to control it, but he just headed it back across the face of goal, back where it came from, left the keeper clutching at thin air, and the Hatters level at 1 apiece. But here's Josh Smile, the former Fulham man, running at the County defence, out towards the right wing, but miscontrolled by the new signing Ason Gagné. He recycles the ball though, and the header wide, this time from Whitehall. That was a chance. Clerimer's cross. Opportunity there for the Magpies to put themselves back in front almost immediately, but the header wide of the target by Whitehall.
Yeah, it's a brilliant run by Smile. They do have players that can drive you up the pitch, and get you into that final third. And it kind of begs the question of why are they doing this and making these fouls and being that kind of negative team, because they've got the players that do it. You kind of think back to the thought of Atletico Madrid and why they did it against Liverpool. Why do they need to do it?
Here's McAlinden, super run on the edge of the box now, tees it up for Adam Thomas down the right hand side of the United penalty area. His cross deflected behind, and County corner number 7. Is it going to be lucky 7 for County?
Brilliant feat by McAlinden at the other end. Just as I'm praising Josh Smile, McAlinden does the exact same twinkle toes through the heart of the Maidenhead defence. It is something that we've seen from McAlinden, where he's got those tidy feet and he can drive at teams. And it's another corner and a bit more pressure on that creaky Maidenhead defence.
So much more about County in the last few minutes. Goals change games, as my old pal Phil Staley used to say.
McAlinden right underneath the goalkeeper's nose. Bennett inside the 6-yard box.
Sam Walker to deliver, left-footed in-swinger. Bennett's got himself a bit of space. It's Adam Thomas with a flick on. Bennett, though, unfortunately ducked under the ball, and it's cleared by Clerimer up to halfway. Awkward for Minihan, but he fires it back where it came from. Good defending, Sam Minihan. Sam Walker then beaten in the air by Twumasi. And now here's Smile picking up on the halfway line. He's got the better of Paul Turnbull, but his shot is dreadful. He thrashes it, well, not just wide of the post, over the bar, over the stand. New balls, please. Goal kick County.
I think some self-isolating local residents might be having the windows troubled by that, John. It's
Well, what about the attendance? 1,662. One suspects, without knowing, that may well be the biggest gate of the season here at Maidenhead. We'll check that out for you later on, but 1,662 the attendance here at York Road, and a ground that barely struggles to get above the 1,000 mark normally. So the lack of action elsewhere, and of course the arrival of the Blue and White Army has swelled those numbers massively today. Here's Osborne, that's a lovely ball in behind the fullback for Minihan to cross, headed away by Massey, back out towards that right flank for County. Kept alive, is it? No, it's gone out for a throw in to the Hatters. So Sam Minihan with the throw in, deep in Magpies territory, down the Hatters right wing. He's going to leave it for Hogan, who's come up from the back. He does have a long throw on him. He'll be looking to hurl this towards Richie Bennett. Adam Thomas and McAlinden are also in the box, offering themselves as big targets, but it is Bennett who'll try and glance this on. It comes off the defender. They couldn't keep it in play, so it is a County corner. Corner number 8 for the Hatters, and a little like the first half, Sam, the pattern is constant County pressure.
Yep, and again, like we said in the first half, it does tell and it does pay off in the end. Just the sheer number of balls into the box, no matter who you are and how much a team may love defending you, it gives at some point, and that pressure does tell.
Sam Walker then with the set piece, a left-footed in-swinging corner for the Hatters, who are back on terms at 1 apiece. Walker's corner, Palmer looking for the header, but it's dealt with by Joe Ellel. Walker gets another chance to hook it in, but it bobbled awkwardly as he tried to play it. That allows Clerimer, the male model, to head clear, but Cowan wins it back, and Osborne drives it goalwards on target, but goalkeeper Ashby Hammond right behind it. Oh, and it's a lovely ball delivered upfield. This could be a chance for Maidenhead at the other end, down the hill. Paul Turnbull on the cover, takes it off the toes of Whitehall just before he pulls the trigger. It is a corner to Maidenhead, but they know that slope well.
Yeah, it was in on goal, wasn't he there, John? And it's only the tracking back of Paul Turnbull to nick it off the toes of Whitehall. But Dan Cowan just caught out by the bounce. The chance for Maidenhead now to put the ball into that melting pot and see how it lands.
1-1, and imagine, in association with mydigitalaccounts.com. It's all square at York Road. Whitehall with the corner for the Mags. Right-footed in-swinger. There's a pile of bodies, but the referee saw no foul. It's headed away to McAlinden, who wins a throw-in in the County left-back area. The Hatters able to bring the ball out of defence. 64 minutes gone. So remains 1 apiece here on Imagine. Association with mydigitalaccounts.com. Hatters looking to now try and get their noses in front for the first time this afternoon. But it's the Magpies playing it forward, but they've overhit that one. Massey, the captain, you'd think he'd know his way around this pitch better than that. He's hugely overhit that one down the slope. Adam Thomas has his pocket picked. Palmer, though, reads the bounce well, chests it down for Turnbull, the goal scorer, finding the provider, who plays it down the line for McAlinden, the substitute, who whips it in towards Bennett, attacking the near post, but the goalkeeper gets in just ahead of him. Richie Bennett saying, he's pointing over his shoulder to say, I wanted it to the far side. But wasn't the worst ball you'll see. But here's the fullback now, Shackelford, the former Fulham under-18 captain. Plays it down the line now as the winger coming in off the right-hand side. Assanganyi teeing it up for Clerimer. Back out to Shackelford. Shackelford's cross and the header over the bar by Whitehall. Palmer did enough to put him off, and it stays 1-1.
Yeah, it just got underneath it, Whitehall, but chance just outside the 6-yard box. I think the presence of Palmer, just maybe a little elbow in the back just to put him off his stride.
There's been 8 attempts from the Magpies in this game, 7 from County, but you've got to say County have had the better chances in this game.
And I think County have carved the openings out more and looked for those pockets of space.
Sam Byrne from the Stockport Express is our commentator this afternoon. No Chris Ridgway, no Dan Powell, the cameraman. Also barred from Maidenhead because of health and safety reasons.
Can we implement that? Can we?
Here's Assanganyi down the right flank again, taking on Dan Cowan. Walker's gone to help out, comes out to the edge of the box. What a block from Hogan. He's took on the side of the head. Josh Smile with a shot that was travelling at some pace, and it's cannoned off the side of the head of Liam Hogan, and he felt that, and he's absolutely flattened. Brave defending from Hogan. It will be a corner when play resumes, but some concern for Hogan here.
Yeah, he didn't know much about it, but he could well have saved County a goal there, because it was arrowing in, and it's just cannoned off the side of his head.
I'm saying brave, I don't know how much he knew about that.
He didn't know much about it, he couldn't get out of the way. It was a fizzing effort, and just looks a bit groggy at the moment, Hogan, but he's a warrior, isn't he? He's a battler, he'll carry on. County
will have to defend this corner, though, without one of their big men. Liam Hogan will have to go off, having received treatment here, the 6-footer. Seems such a silly rule for occasions like this. I understand the reasons for it, but Liam Hogan now has got to go off, and he's looking at the referee for a bit of sympathy, but he's not going to get any. The County down to 10 men as the home side take their 4th corner of the day. So can Maidenhead capitalise on the absence of Hogan from the set piece here? Hogan is clutching the side of his face as the corner kick is taken by Smile. Right-footed outswinger, it's gone beyond. Hinchliffe comes off Minihan, they're appealing for handball. The referee has given a corner. Clerimer with the header. He's leading the protests.
I really don't think there's much Sam Minihan can do there. His arms are down by his side.
Now, what's the referee doing here? He's called over County captain Turnbull. He was just anxious to get Hogan back on the pitch. So that's now been achieved. The referee...
Oh, he's dished out a yellow card there, John.
He's booked Joe Ellel.
Well, they surrounded the referee.
That's for dissent, isn't it? Ellel's had his name taken.
The header's in at the back.
And there's also another one here.
Yeah.
For Massey, I think. Well, in fact, no. Massey's going to get himself in the book if he's not careful. It was just Ellel who was booked then, his 8th booking of the season. He's also been sent off twice. It is a corner to Maidenhead, whipped in at pace, and again Minihan defends it, this time with his head. But as you rightly say, on that near post, that's why you have a man on the post, isn't it, to defend those kind of incidents.
The corner's over the head of Hinchliffe. It's a free header at the back post. Minihan's arms are down by his side. There's about three yards between the players.
Here is Clerimer again, teeing it up for Smile. Smile on the edge of the box, but with his back to goal. It's been a good spell of pressure, this, from United. The home side responding well to the setback of that County equaliser. The County under the cosh at the moment. It's down the Maidenhead left, whipped in by Mundell-Smith. Clerimer going for the header. Hinchliffe gathering the ball under no real pressure. Fires it upfield. Good control by Osborne on the halfway line. He's only really got McAlinden ahead of him, and McAlinden's just strayed offside. Or did he, Sam Byrne?
It's very tight, John. It's a brilliant ball by Osborne to catch out the defence. And do we think McAlinden's maybe gone a second early? Great chance for County, though.
We're midway through the second half, still one apiece here at York Road. You're listening to Imagine in association with MyDigitalAccounts.com, and it's the home side coming forward. Down their left-hand side. That's their goal scorer, Alpha. Odie Alpha back to Smile. Oh, it's picked off by Thomas. Finding Osborne, who pirouettes away from Smile. Walker. Turnbull, good combination in the middle of the park from the Hatters. Turnbull sweeping it towards the left side now for Bennett. Back into his own half. Cowan. Well, Hogan didn't really want it, but great feat from Hogan. Leaves Whitehall in his wake. Plays it up to Thomas. First time ball to Bennett. Bennett didn't quite know what to do with it, did he? Dispossessed. Starting to look a little bit leggy now, Richie Bennett, as you might expect.
It's end to end, John. There's the space opening up at both ends.
Smile out to the left for Odie Alpha. Odie Alpha running at Minihan. Down the hill, gets his cross in. Cleared by Palmer, chested down by Thomas. Having a very good second half, Thomas.
And again,
finding
more space for
Osborne. Osborne playing it forward for McAlinden to chase. McAlinden's in behind. Great pace to get the better of Shackelford. McAlinden, there's nobody in the box. He's got to hold it up. Oh, he's so unlucky there, McAlinden. Well, he left Shackelford in his wake, and in the end, having to wait for support from midfield, Shackelford's able to pick his pocket. So unlucky there, McAlinden. County still have it, though, halfway. Turnbull. I'll play it back down the slope to Hinchliffe. Smashes it back upfield, but there's nobody there on that right wing. Minihan just about keeps it alive, though. Turnbull. Osborne again. Needs some help. He's got two for company. He runs into traffic, loses the ball. But Ello, struggling to keep it in play, concedes a throw-in.
Good pressure by County. And like I say, Osborne is manipulating the space, and he's finding that pocket in a number 10 role. It's something you want to see from Conor DeMeo in the first half. I know that the game's become stretched as it's gone on, and Osborne and Smile for Maidenhead, it must be said, both finding pockets at each end.
Hogan with the throw from the left-hand side. Still one apiece. We're in the final 18 minutes at York Road. Hogan's throw. Bennett the target. Looking to glance it on. Comes off to Amasi. Goes skywards. Bennett keep it alive. It's a goal kick to the home side.
He's just fading, Bennett. I wonder if now might be the time for Niall Bell to come into the...
Yeah, surely only a matter of time.
Yeah. Although, having said that, we know that Jim Gannon does like to keep his powder dry, and having made two offensive substitutions at half-time and substitutions that look to get on the front foot, he might just want to keep that one just in case County do go a goal up and he need Festus Arthur in the dying minutes.
It's Maidenhead 1, Stockport County 1 here on Imagine in association with MyDigitalAccounts.com. Lovely flick on from McAlinden to find Bennett, who's tried to return the favour, but good defending by Joe Ellel, who turned it behind at the cost of a corner. Good vision from McAlinden initially, and a good attempt from Bennett to return the favour, but Ellel, super defending from the former Tasman United man, played his football in New Zealand last season, but it is a county corner. Turnbull to take.
It's good by Bennett. He was waiting, he was holding it up, he was looking over his shoulder, he didn't play it blind. He played it into an area that he knew McAlinden was going to occupy.
Paul Turnbull has cleared the sand from the corner quadrant, and he's going to take it right-footed. Oh, he's whipped it in at pace towards Palmer. It's well defended by Joe Ellel. Minihan kind of lost it back into the box, but got his angles wrong. Straight into the arms of a grateful goalkeeper, Tay Ashby Hammond. And he'll try and restart the game by firing the ball down the slope. Clerimer beaten in the air by Cowan, who's had a terrific game at left back today. Osborne couldn't take it in his stride, played it behind Sam Walker, and now Whitehall, great turn leaves Palmer for dead. Hogan's there to try and win it back. He was brought down by Clermont. Free kick County on the edge of the Hatters penalty area. Rebbe Clermont, cultured French midfielder, disappointed in the decision. And here's a change. It's the Maidenhead goal scorer who's going off. Odie Alpha making way. And it's a striker, Josh Kelly, who's coming on, Sam.
Yeah, it's Maidenhead. Maybe just knowing that there is game end-to-end now, this game, and that there is a sniff of an opportunity on the break down the slope, and knowing that County are looking to get on the front foot, and knowing that maybe we can pick them off at the other end. So something for Hogan and Palmer and company to be aware of.
It's a player who's come through the ranks, who's come on. Josh Kelly, striker. Here's Osborne for County, trying to find Adam Thomas, trying to play it in behind the fullback, but he shepherds it out for a goal kick. The substitute, by the way, Josh Kelly, 21 years of age, 7 goals this season, but hasn't scored in his last 10 outings. Had a loan spell with Walton Casuals last season and helped them to win promotion with 40 goals, albeit at a much lower level, but a player who knows where the back of the net is, albeit the goals have dried up for him in the last couple of months. There's Cowan for County. Clermont in sharply, but Cowan losing possession, and that allows Asun Gagny to take it down the right flank, playing as a right winger now. Clermont's cross. Here's Whitehall, miscontrols it, but he gets a second bite of the cherry. Minihan's forced him out towards the left touchline. Plays it into the box now. It was missed by Walker, but picked up by Hogan, and Hogan carries it all the way to the halfway line. It's a great surging run by Hogan, who's now the furthest man forward as he lays it off to Osborne. Hogan's now in the centre forward position. McAlinden coming in off the right touchline. He might go for goal here. McAlinden, he will. Oh, what a goal from Liam McAlinden! It was Liam Hogan who led the charge. It was McAlinden who finished left-footed, bottom corner. What a strike that is from McAlinden! And it's now Maidenhead 1, Stockport County 2, with less than quarter an hour to go.
John, it's all Liam Hogan from front to back, or back to front, should I say. It's Hogan that steps out of defence, wins it back, drives up the pitch. He's looking to get on the ball and play it out of defence, up to halfway, feeds it to Sam Walker, out to the right for McAlinden, again from McAlinden, tidy feet. We've said it time and time again, really tidy feet from Liam McAlinden, chops inside, acres of space outside the area, and drills it into the top left corner as we're looking at it. It's a brilliant strike from Liam McAlinden, his second goal in county colours, and the Hatters lead 2-1 with 13 minutes to play.
Get in, John, is the cry from one of the supporters down below us, and absolutely right. That was a wonderful strike from Liam McAlinden. What a goal that is. He'll remember that one for a long time. His second goal in his 9th appearance for the club. And, when he came in off that right touchline, there didn't seem to be much on, but he buried it into the bottom corner. The goalkeeper clutching at thin air. And the Hatters, for the first time this afternoon, find themselves in front. And Jim Gannon, making that change at the break, taking off the talisman, Danny Lloyd. But it's Liam McAlinden, his replacement, who's put County in front here. And in the live league table, will have put County in the playoff places, no doubt. As Ello fires the ball forward for Maidenhead. It's going to be a big 10 minutes or so, though, for County. I hope they just carry on playing as they have been doing, though, Sam. Don't sit on this advantage they've worked themselves, and just keep asking questions of this Magpies defence.
Yeah, just keep pushing, keep prodding. Like we say, we were calling for Niall Bell at a time, but Jim Gannon does just keep that powder dry, and he will have known there was a big chance of County going in front here, and now it's happened. He does have Festus Harper to call on when needed.
Well, there's a substitution again for the home side. They're taking off a holding midfielder, and they are bringing on a centre forward. It's a full debut for the number 9, Emil Aqua from Southend United. So a change, a big change for Alan Devonshire's side. At the moment, looking at a 5th successive defeat. They need to get themselves out of the drop zone. And Emil Aqua's been thrown on, but it'll be interesting to see how that pans out, because Jim Gannon, tactically so astute, he'll know that taking away that holding midfielder and putting on another attacker, when the move breaks down for Maidenhead, County could capitalise and exploit the gaps at the other end.
Yeah, exactly that. And I've got to say, John, Ben Hinchliffe, his kicking's been absolutely on point today, and that's been an element of driving Maidenhead back, and knowing the Maidenhead defence, knowing that they've not got any time to settle, because even when it's with the goalkeeper, County will be looking to get on the front foot and pump it forward, and they've all been spot on, and it's got County up the pitch and into that final third.
Here's Bennett again. What a ball that is, picking out McAlinden, scorer of that second County goal. McAlinden again, they won't want to let him get onto his left foot this time, and indeed they've forced him the other way. Thomas takes over. Adam Thomas on that right flank, tees it up for Osborne, 25 yards from goal. He gives it back to Thomas down that inside right channel. Great run by Adam Thomas, tried to cut it back towards McAlinden, but the defender Ellel was alert to the danger, and Maidenhead clear their lines into County territory. Palmer, super defending from Ash Palmer. He was then brought down.
Yeah, brilliant defending.
But Maidenhead United now playing with 3 strikers on the pitch and a 3-man midfield. They've gone to a 4-3-3 here to try and salvage something from the game, but with less than 10 to play here on Imagine, in association with MyDigitalAccounts.com. What a turnaround from half-time. It's Maidenhead United 1, Stockport County 2. But as you said at half-time, Sam, you weren't particularly worried about that Maidenhead goal. You felt County were going to score. Yeah,
there was always going to be something in it for County. Me and you, John, our trainer thought was that it would come from a set piece, purely because Maidenhead were giving away so many of them. But I don't think we anticipated that the second would come from a screamer like that from Liam McAlinden into the top left corner. I think it was probably dipping a little bit by the time it actually hit the net, but it's a cracker by McAlinden, and it's really lit up the afternoon so far.
Yeah, superb goal from Liam McAlinden to give County the advantage here.
Maidenhead still are, they're looking though, they are getting on the front foot on a couple of opportunities, and often it's coming to nothing, but it only takes one of those to fall their way.
Yeah, they are now playing though with, as I say, 3 attackers, but on top of that 2 wingers as well, so it's almost a front 5 when they get that turnover of possession, as they have now on the halfway line. But Liam Hogan, who's been absolutely outstanding today, by the way, with the intervention. Put for a throw-in, far side. 8 to play. County lead by 2 goals to 1.
Maidenhead straight out of play.
Yeah.
That's where they need to put the pressure onto County, as County have been doing it at the other end. But yeah, like you say, John, Liam Hogan, when he took that blow to the head at the other end, and we said, he'll carry on. We didn't expect that carrying on meant he'd run the length of the pitch and set up what could be the winning goal. We used to refer to Stephen O'Halloran, didn't we, as a Beckenbauer coming out of defence when he used to wander off, and shades of that from Liam Hogan for that second goal.
The ball cleared by Massey, the skipper, but it's his opposite number who heads it straight back where it came from. Ash Palmer clears, but pounced upon on that left touchline by the home side. This is an amazing run coming in off that left touchline, but Ash Palmer can shepherd that ball out. Super defending. Josh Kelly, he's a dangerous player coming in off that left-hand side. He's as I say, scored 40 goals last season, albeit at a much lower level, but a player who's bagged 7 in the current campaign for Maidenhead United, but on that occasion just running out of pitch, running out of ideas. Goal kick to the Hatters. 7 to play. County leading 2-1. 5 unbeaten for Jim Gannon's side going into today's game, and a place in the playoffs beckoning for the Hatters this afternoon. Whether it ends up being a permanent place or not remains to be seen, but it will give County such a lift going into this lengthy break, or potentially a very lengthy break if it is an enforced stoppage in football for the National League. And you have to say, you can't see it going any other way, really, can you? Throw in to Maidenhead United down the right hand side. The ball turned back to Josh Smile. Smile with the cross, the header wide from Clerimer, and it stays 2-1 to the Hatters here on Imagine in association with MyDigitalAccounts.com. 6 to play.
Yeah, 6 minutes for County to, well, I say hang on. It's there's not under any extreme pressure, but Maidenhead will go for broke. The fighting relegation, and there's an element of why not go for it, given that this is in all likelihood the last game for a good while. Similarly to Jim Gannon at half time, why not go for a diamond? Why not do something that you've wanted to try, because who knows how many chances you'll have to do it again.
Well, Richie Bennett's still out there, by the way. But it's Maidenhead on the front foot, and it's a lovely ball again from Assanganyi. Clever play as he tried to repeat his feat of the first half that led to the goal. Here's Mundell Smith now crossing. What a dangerous ball that is. It bounced awkwardly on the corner of the 6-yard box, and it high five from Ash Palmer to his goalkeeper Ben Hinchliffe. You can do that when they've got gloves. It doesn't really matter. I
think Ash Palmer can do what he wants. He's impenetrable at the moment for Stockport County.
Oh, Bennett, great first touch on his left foot. That is a superb piece of control, straight from the Hinchliffe goal kick. Walker tried to play it forward, well blocked on the near side by the defender, Shackelford.
Oh, it's soft.
A free kick by Walker. The foul on Josh Smile, free kick. Maidenhead, halfway line, 5 to play.
I think Jim Gannon will probably be wary of introducing Festus Arthur in place of, even if he does want to replace Bennett, because you do kind of lend yourself then to the ball being pumped back and back again with no one to hold it up top. So 5 minutes, an interesting 5 minutes to see how Jim Gannon negotiates it.
The goalkeeper taking the free kick from the halfway line for the Magpies, headed away by Bennett of all people on the edge of his own area. Smashed upfield by skipper Paul Turnbull, who's played a captain's role today. Shackelford collects on the halfway line though for the Magpies. Little layoff from Whitehall to Clerimer, long diagonal to Kelly. Kelly got his feet in a horrible mix-up there, but Minihan, as a result of that, is able to put it out for a throw-in on the far side.
Festus Arthur is ready in.
Yeah, Festus Arthur's going to come on. There is a change for Maidenhead before that, though. And it's going to be the number 18, James Akintunde, coming on for the man who teed up the opening goal this afternoon. Dylan Assanganyi is not going to finish the game. Straight swap, Akintunde, former Chester City man, is coming on.
Issue appreciation for number 25, Dylan Assanganyi, being replaced by number 18, James.
Now Festus Arthur,
Akintunde.
well, can't come on just yet, as the throw-in's been taken. Minihan's clearance, not too convincing. Gets a second go at it though, but much more convincing this time. Smashes it out for a throw-in, and that will allow Festus Arthur to come on. And the board goes up to show the change
Richie
for
Bennett.
the Hatters is the centre-forward Bennett not completing the game. And listen to the applause from the county faithful as Richie Bennett makes way. The referee telling him to get a move on.
It's funny though, John, Bennett was actually off to the right wing for County, and he went back into the centre knowing that he still had a longer way to go to get off the pitch when the time did come. So County just looking to run the clock down there a tad. Great shift by Bennett though. 88 minutes on his debut, far more than me and you expected. And he's been active in that time as well. He's been dangerous.
Festus Arthur has come on, by the way, his 37th appearance for the Hatters. I'm sure he can't quite believe how many games he's clocked up this season, or how many appearances I should say he's clocked up this season. County having to concede a corner here. Well, we're in the final 2 minutes of the game, but Maidenhead United throwing everything at County now, putting pressure on that Hatters 6-yard box. Look at this, they've got everybody in the penalty area with the exception of Shackelford and the goalkeeper, but it's Ash Palmer. Towering header to get it away.
Brilliant, Sam Walker to get a foot in. He's asking for the free kick. I don't think he's going to get it there.
Time ticking away here at York Road as the cross comes into the county area, and again it's Ash Palmer. Took no chances that time, flicks it behind. Maidenhead, their 7th corner of the afternoon. County, by the way, have had 9 today. Maidenhead corner, they're thinking about the short one, but no real need to do that. Whitehall's delivery, it's poor, but this time it's gone behind. Look at that.
Turnbull and Minihan
and Turnbull punch in the air because they've got the goal kick out of it. That just shows you the team spirit, the will to win, the desire, the passion.
Absolutely. And you know, John, we had a conversation on air before the game about the hows and the whys and what's going to happen and how it might not be important, but tell those county players that are there punching the air that this isn't important. When the first whistle goes, if you're a county fan, a county player, a county member of staff, you want to win the game regardless of what's happening, and that's been on show today.
Well, if it stays like this, it'll be the perfect afternoon for the Hatters. The only thing perhaps that would have topped it would have been a goal for the debutant, Richie Bennett.
Well, he came awfully close, John.
Yeah, very close indeed, but it wasn't to be for County's new signing. Adam Thomas has again taken another blow to the face. He's been in the wars today, hasn't he, Adam? But he's back on his feet, but physio Luke Smith, perhaps a little hasty to come on the pitch, means that Adam Thomas has got to go off now as the fourth official prepares to show us the ball with the added time. Let's see, Chris Ridgway has a theory it's always 4. It's actually 5 today. So they're going to give Maidenhead every chance to get that equalising goal.
Will be played a minimum of 5 added minutes.
So a drop ball, which the referee's dropped into the keeper's hands. Adam Thomas back on the pitch. The goalkeeper fires it upfield. Festus Arthur, first touch is a powerful header to get it clear. Lofted back in though by Massey down the slope. Oh, what a header from Hogan to get it away. Festus Arthur helps it on. County have it with Osborne out to the right wing for score of what may well be the winning goal, Liam McAlinden. And it's easy to forget what a goal threat he is. That's actually his 12th goal of the season. 10 for Halifax, 2 for the Hatters.
Oh, that's soft.
Soft free kick conceded. Smile getting the decision. The combined efforts of Walker and Osborne putting him in a bit of a sandwich, and it's a free kick just inside county territory, central area for Maidenhead United, kicking down the slope. We've played one of the added 5 minutes here on Imagine in association with mydigitalaccounts.com. Smile to take the free kick. Well, it'll be County who are smiling in 4 minutes time though. Takes it short and gets the return from Shackelford. Changes the angle completely, lofts it in, but there's Sam Walker again to volley clear, and as County break, it's 2v2. Osborne leading the charge, checks inside but turns into trouble, has to settle for the throw in, but that will do.
Yeah, brilliant by Osborne. McAlinden just looks out on his feet. I know it's only been 45 minutes, but it's been an intense 45 minutes by him. He's ran the channels and he's got in behind and he's done his part, so you can kind of forgive him being out on his feet after 45 minutes. He's someone that is still reaching full fitness, we know that.
The long throw, the clearance from Massey. Walker takes it on his chest. Clerimer's in sharply though to play it back out towards the touchline, but Sam Minihan, very strong, shepherds that one out. That will be a throw in to County on the far side. Let's hope County can keep it tight now for the remaining 3 minutes of this added time. Mundell Smith plays it forward up to halfway. Palmer's there to meet it.
Again.
Hogan, brilliant touch, wins the foul. Terrible challenge from Kelly, wasn't it? Needless foul committed. County free kick, halfway line. No need for Turnbull to hurry with this one.
Like I say, John, tell anyone here in the blue and white of County that this might not matter, or it might be the last game of the season. In the game and inside that 90 or 95 minutes, you want to win. And the County fans punch in the air when the whistle goes and dragging themselves over the line. The County fans away to our left are up, celebrating every touch.
Turnbull's free kick has actually gone down towards the corner flag. Not often you see that. Comes off the head of Mundell Smith, the Fulham loanee. Goes out for a throw-in the end, down by the corner flag. So Sam Minihan to take. County lead 2-1. Minihan prods it through the gap. Is that a foul? The referee doesn't want to know. As Adam Thomas again hits the deck. That's a foul. Minihan, the offender this time, as he brings down Josh Smile. There must be about 8 of him. He seems to be all over the pitch,
yeah,
Josh Smile.
It's been good, hasn't he, for Maidenhead? He's
very energetic.
All action, yeah.
To be fair, his position's changed a few times, which may be one of the reasons with the substitutions. He's playing a lot further back than he was at the start of the game. Turnbull heads it clear, helped on by Thomas, but Massey's there, the skipper, to send it back into the County penalty area. The glancing header straight at Ben Hinchliffe. No real scares this time. Came off the big man.
Player's gone behind Hinchliffe.
Yeah. Ben's seen him.
Yeah, pointed out by his teammates.
Whitehall just lurking behind Ben Hinchliffe to try and capitalise on any slip by County's number 1. He's picked out McAlinden. McAlinden glances it on, but there's nobody behind him other than Joe Ellel. And the centre half able to fire it back into county territory.
Hogan towering.
Superb header. Massey picks it up on the halfway line, just lobs it back where it came from. It's fairly industrial at the moment from the home side, and it's a foul on Hogan by Josh Kelly. County have a free kick. We've got 30 seconds by our watch of the added time to play. County could be finishing the day in the playoffs tonight.
Got to say, John, it's been, you don't want to put the mockers on anything, but it's been masterful the way that County've seen out 5 minutes. It's not easy to do away from home, leading by a goal against a physical team, a team that pump it long and don't mess about, and County have been expert the way they've dealt with it.
Well,
under no illusions as well. It's a fully deserved 3 points should it come about.
Yeah. The referee checks his watch again. By our watch, the 5 minutes has gone. It is a minimum 5 minutes, of course. So we're well beyond that now. And Maidenhead have the ball in that final third. And still, the game goes on. Mundell Smith down that left flank. Minihan with a foul, surely. The referee has given it the other way. Well,
he's not giving a dive because he's not booked him, John.
No, he's not. I think maybe there's a pull on the shirt of Sam Minihan, who's another one. Look at him with his head in his hands. He looks out on his feet, Sam Minihan, but he's putting a terrific shift for County today at right back, and that surely now is that. The County fans in brilliant voice.
Yeah, and it's like I say, John, it's it's a fully deserved 3 points. We said at half time we weren't worried at a goal down. How often can you say as a County fan that you're not worried about your team being a goal down? But they just looked in control, they looked calm, and they looked like they were going to come out in the second half and get the job done, and that's exactly what they've done, led by Jim Gannon with some expert changes at half time.
6 unbeaten for the Hatters as we wait still for the referee, and finally he does blow the whistle. It's another 3 points for the Hatters. But is that the final time that the Blue and White Army will see their heroes in action this season? That's for another day. But this afternoon, it's been a dominant performance by Stockport County, and the scoreline probably doesn't reflect how strong County have been today. They started brightly, 2 big chances for the debutant Richie Bennett in the opening quarter of an hour. The first one wide of the far post, the second coming off the upright, but it was the home side who took the lead against the run of play just before the half-hour mark. A brilliant lofted chip from Dylan Asanganyi on his debut, volleyed home by Odi Alpha, and it was the home side who led at the break, although County had been by far the better side in that first 45 minutes. But into the second half, and County grew into the game and took the game by the scruff of the neck and got into the ascendancy just before the hour mark, when Paul Turnbull's free kick was headed back across the goalkeeper by Ash Palmer. His third goal in 3 games, and 3 weeks in a row Ash Palmer has been a goal hero for the Hatters. But there was better to come 15 minutes from time. A surging run from centre half Liam Hogan, carrying the ball into the Maidenhead half. Liam McAlinden took over, cutting in from the right hand side, and he smashed the ball into the bottom corner of the Maidenhead goal to give County a deserved 3 points this afternoon.
Yes, absolutely deserved. As we said, John, we've said it throughout the game, we were never in any kind of concern, even going a goal down. It was a sucker punch of a goal to put Maidenhead in front, but County just stayed calm, stayed positive, kept doing the jobs, and they've got themselves over the line and into the playoff places. And like I said before the game, none of us know what's going to happen. None of us know how the season's going to come to an end, if it does. So who knows, that getting into that playoff place could be all important come the end of the season, whenever that is.
Well, I know you're going to check the league table for us very shortly, Sam. Just watching Alan Devonshire's doing his post-match inquest out on the pitch. It's 5 defeats in a row for Maidenhead United, who are going to finish the season, if it does indeed finish this week, in the bottom 4. But for County, 6 games unbeaten and finishing in the playoff places, Sam, which is, great tribute to the the run that the Hatters have been on in recent weeks.
Yeah, superb run. They have, I know they are conceding the odd goal here and there, but they have tightened up since the arrival of Liam Hogan, and they just look positive. Today they've looked to get on the front foot. They've been by far the better team on the day. Look to keep getting at Maidenhead, keep pushing them back, keep penning them back, create chances, find pockets of space, and really take the game to them. And that's what's given County the 3 points on the day.
And none of us know, Sam, what's going to happen in the coming days and weeks, but You have to say, in terms of professionalism, what a professional display from County. And what about the manager as well? What credit he deserves for those 2 changes at half-time and that tactical switch in terms of the formation.
Yeah, he's brought on the player at half-time that scored the winning goal, and he's done it for a player that, we all think Danny Lloyd is. We all love Danny Lloyd. Everyone in a County shirt or anyone that's a County fan will love Danny Lloyd. But we thought, a bit of an eyebrow-raising one, and Liam McLean's gone on to score a cracking winning goal. Talking of Jim Gannon, we're actually seeing him just now singing the anthem along with the County fans, and I don't know about you, John, it has a feel of kind of an end of season. The players and fans thanking each other for their support. And who knows, but let's be honest, football's an escape for people. Some people will think we should have played today, some people will think we shouldn't, but we did. And for that 90 minutes, let it be an escape for people as much as it can. Tell those County fans who were going wild at that McAlinden goal that football doesn't matter. Who's to say that for however many County fans are here today, that it hasn't sent them home with a smile on their face? And with everything that's going on in the world at the moment, that's a positive for Stockport County to be able to put smiles on people's faces.
As you say, it is a great diversion for people, isn't it? And if it is to be the last game, we're going to miss it.
Yeah, of course, and we're going to miss a positive County team, and having a team that we can be proud of, and that County fans can be proud of, and a team of players that really get what it means to be a County player and get what it means to be a County fan. And players Paul Turnbull and Sam Minihan that'll punch the air when we're 1 minute away from a win and the ball goes out for a goal kick, or they successfully defend a corner or a throw in. And we will miss it, and we will miss having a team to be proud of and a team to enjoy, and a likeable team of players again, and a team under Jim Gannon that's got us going in the right direction for the first time in what feels like a long time.
We're going to hear more from Sam Byrne in just a few moments' time, and we'll particularly talk, I'm sure, about the debutant today, about Richie Bennett, who played almost 90 minutes this afternoon when none of us really expected that to happen. So we'll talk about his performance, and we'll talk about maybe where this leaves Stockport County over the coming weeks. But full time here this afternoon, County 6 games unbeaten and deserved winners away from home, coming from behind to win here at York Road. It's finished Maidenhead United 1, Stockport County 2.
It all comes down to this.
Stockport County Live on Imagine Radio with MyDigitalAccounts.com, the smart accountant for the digital age, specialising in online accounts and tax returns. Call us today on 0161 925 6162 for a friendly chat about your accounting needs, or visit at MyDigitalAccounts.com. Stockport County Live on Imagine Radio with MyDigitalAccounts.com, the smart accountant for the digital age, specialising in online accounts and tax returns. Call us today on 0161 925 6162 for a friendly chat about your accounting needs, or visit at MyDigitalAccounts.com.
Welcome back to York Road. Full time here. It's finished Maidenhead United 1, Stockport County 2. A terrific performance from the Hatters this afternoon, deservedly getting their noses in front, having trailed at half time. The story of the game, well, two big chances for County in the opening 15 minutes, and both of them falling to the debutant striker Richie Bennett. The first on 5 minutes, a left foot effort which he just dragged wide of the far post, but he went even closer on the quarter hour mark after Conor De Meo's free kick had pulled a brilliant save out of the goalkeeper Ashby Hammond, tipped it over the bar, but straight from the corner, Richie Bennett rising at the far post, but his header came back off the upright straight across the face of goal and cleared by the defender on the line. The home supporters were relieved and then amazed 10 minutes later when their side took the lead against the run of play. It was a brilliant lofted chip though from the debutant Dylan Asonganyi on loan from Milton Keynes. His little through ball brilliantly dinked over the County defence, volleyed home by Odie Alpha, who's on loan from QPR's under-23s, and that was the only goal of the first half. County by far the better side in that first 45 minutes, but it was Odie Alpha's volley which separated the two teams at the break. Half-time at York Road, and County trailed by 1-0, but they got their noses, they got level on 57 minutes. A Paul Turnbull free kick, beautifully headed back across the face of goal by Ash Palmer, his third goal in 3 games. It's been a wonderful goal-scoring run for the County defender Ash Palmer, the Hatters' number 5, scoring his 6th goal of the campaign, which is a fantastic tally. He scored 5 last season in the National North, so to get 6 in the National League before the season's even concluded is a terrific tally. And then County, well, the pick of the goals today on 76 minutes, a surging run from Liam Hogan, carrying the ball from his own 18-yard line all the way into the opposition half. Sam Walker played it out to the right wing. Liam McAlinden took over, cut in from that right-hand side and smashed an unstoppable left-foot drive into the bottom corner of Ashby Hammond's net to give County an unassailable 2-1 lead. And Sam, just to echo what you said at half-time, County were trailing by 1-0, but as you said, after that 45 minutes, you weren't really that worried.
No, not at all. I don't, we'll both call out a performance when we see it that's not up to standard, but County were in control for large parts. As we've said, they got caught with a sucker punch at the other end for the opening goal after a slip on halfway, and Sam Walker being caught cold wrong side, and cracking goal by Maidenhead to open the scoring. Let's not take that away. A cracking volley, but County just kept calm, and Jim Gannon instilled that into the team. They've got players now, they've got leaders, they've got Liam Hogans and Paul Turnbulls and Ash Palmers that will just keep things calm, keep things ticking over, and know that chances will come. And they did, and they came, and County put the pressure on, kept applying the pressure, attack in the end, with the County fans behind it in the second half, and just knew that the winner had come, and it did. And County, as we say, have put smiles on people's faces for what could well be the last time.
It was also the biggest gate of the season so far here at York Road. No surprise with Stockport County travelling in big numbers as they always do, and so little football elsewhere. We said we'd talk about Richie Bennett, and really caught the eye right from the off, Sam. And I mentioned there 2 big chances for him after 5 minutes, that one on his left foot and then hitting the post as well on the quarter hour. But so much more than the chances. He's had a good day. Yeah,
I said early on in the game, Johnny, he reminds me of a bit of Joe Piggott in the sense of his stature and his build, but he has got a certain pace, and he's got the positional awareness. That header that he planted onto the post, any other game that's nested inside the bottom corner, and he peeled off and found the space cleverly to get their header away in the first place. He's drilled one wide from Danny Lloyd early on that should have gone in, but like I say, on another day would have gone in. And in the second half, he's kept running, looked to forge a little partnership with Liam McAlinden. We had that chance late on where Bennett clipped it in for McAlinden, and it was just nicked off his toes by the defender. And I think it's promising signs, and we've all said countless times today that that might be it for the season. But looking at a team that goes into next season when it does start, it's promising signs that a player we've got on a 2-year deal is showing a real eye for goal and an eye for a bit of a partnership with the players around him.
County into the playoff places. It's 6 games unbeaten now for the Hatters, and probably more importantly, Jim Gannon will be pleased with the goals, because it's the first time in 2020 that County have scored more than 1 goal in a game.
Yeah, first time since Boxing Day, is it? Or since the Fylde win, should I say, just after that Boxing Day win. But it could have been and should have been well more than 2 goals. There's been games since New Year where we could have scored more than 1 in a game. But it probably would have been a bit of good fortune to bring that about. We know that Palmer had some bad luck last week with the crossbar and the post, but today's the first time really that you've seen County since the turn of the year deserving to score more than 1 and deserving to get on the front foot and help themselves to more goals. We know Maidenhead are struggling, but they're a physical team. It's a tough place to come to where the crowd are right on top of you. It's a tough day to play football with players not knowing whether they're coming or going, not knowing what's going to happen from one day to the next. And County have just kept calm, kept composed, carried on and got the win.
And let's give the manager the credit for that. We said at half-time, I think he'd be relatively pleased with that first half. County have been the better side. OK, we're losing. He makes 2 changes and changes the formation. And you're thinking, wow, yes, it's a big call.
Yeah, it was a big call. And looking at Danny Lloyd coming off, you do think, is that going to be a bit of a mistake, or is that going to come back to bite us? But McAlinden's superb. He did tire, but the fact that he tired, it just shows how much he put in that 45 minutes. He was running up and down the left and right. He was popping up at the back. He was forging partnerships with Richie Bennett and looking to get in behind. And he's ran himself into the ground and got a superb winning goal to boot as well. So really good signs. McAlinden, a player that you'd want County to keep beyond the end of the season, and yeah, just good signs all around the pitch. Players that are battling to win the game for County. I mean, like we said, Paul Turnbull and Sam Minihan punching the air when a corner goes out of play for a goal kick in stoppage time, and players that want to get County over the line and want to do well for County and want to win games. National League
meets Monday morning. Sam, what are you hoping comes out of that meeting? What do you think should come out of that meeting?
I don't want the season to... Obviously, we all want to be at Edgeley Park a week on Tuesday and the Saturday after, and we want to be here today, but I think what has to happen is that, time is called, as it has been in the Premier League and the Football League in America and elsewhere, and for now it can be suspended and they revisit in April. How many times we've said, John, teams are probably accepting the fact that there'll be no football played in April or very little. So it may be something that gets cancelled altogether down the line, but I think the National League have to show some leadership now and have to show some professionalism really and make a decision and not kind of hover in between two decisions and let the games go ahead, but then let teams call it off when they decide that they want to call it off. So they need to step up and really take charge of their own league now. And
postponing the season's difficult, isn't it, for all the reasons we said, but particularly player contracts expiring at the end of June.
Yeah, we just had a chat, didn't we, with Mark Lockyer. He's all hypothetical, obviously, but he suggested that there could be things like how a loan is done for 28 days. There could be things introduced like that where players are retained for a further 28 days to play any remaining games, should they be able to be played within the space of 28 days. But like we said before the game, John, nobody knows what's going to happen, how it's going to happen, when it's going to finish. And County, as we say, putting smiles on faces in the meantime.
Full time here, it's finished. Maidenhead United 1, Stockport County 2.